fucking line. like this is fucking line.
Lee's heart is full now.
Right.
Yeah,
Your heart's
yeah,
happy.
yeah,
That's
It's
not
on 10.
10.
Is it really?
I think it's okay to be sad too, though.
Yeah, it's
I think we
definitely
live in
okay.
a time where it's like,
You have to be
be
able to
happy,
feel sadness
be
in order to
happy,
appreciate
be
happiness.
happy, be happy, be happy. But
Be fake.
it's important to feel. Like
I was about to say
that's
you
one
said it.
reason why
You
we're
said
here
it.
is to feel. Like it's important to feel whatever emotion it is. Just don't stay there.
Well,
Right.
it said that not to take, like, let's say how you came in and you let us know right out the bat, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. They actually say you don't help a person by saying, right, nigga, you need to think positive.
Right, it's not.
They said it's not true. It's very okay to acknowledge how you feel, to be in your feelings, but to acknowledge why you feel the way you feel.
But beyond it being okay, that's what you have to do to
To
get
let
through
it.
that situation.
Mhm.
Like, you can't just continually pretend ain't shit wrong or keep saying I'm good or I'm good. You're not good, and that's okay to not be good. Don't stay in that state, and the longer you lie to yourself and say I'm okay, the longer you're going to stay in that state. Stop, acknowledge what you're feeling, live in it for a second, deal with it, and then you're able to move on. You have to be able to experience sadness to be able to appreciate being happy.
Right.
To have real true happiness.
Right.
Because if you don't know what it is to be sad, then the joy of happiness isn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to rush that kind of thing either, though. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like it's something you really gotta let it run its course, because sometimes you can try to get over some shit, or we try to get over it the wrong way, and then we forget about it, and then we still be dealing with the same emotional contact or the connection between the situation, but we might have actually forgot what actually led us to this point.
It'll put you in a loop. Because you keep putting out feeling those emotions, man. You
Yeah,
feeling.
you try to suppress it. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, try not to acknowledge it,
Yeah.
pretending.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's what I said.
But we gon'
It's so very okay for you to feel however you feel.
Right.
There's nobody who can take that away from you. There's nobody who try to make you feel anything different.
Right.
You have to let people be who they are.
we gonna get you up out your feelings though, man.
She knows she about to laugh
Okay.
and feel.
Yeah, I mean,
I
just
got
before I
different
came in
stuff
here,
for you.
I'm not.
Anybody who in their
It's just-
feelings that's listening, man,
It's
we
a
about
weird
to get
space.
you up out of
It's
that.
not a sad space. It's just like a, oh, yeah, like one
Yeah.
of those, like, oh. And then I had some
Feeling blue.
other stuff
Not
happen
sad.
before that happened, so it was just like a, huh?
Oh, you feeling blue, huh?
Feeling blue, man. You ain't feeling like you ain't.
Yeah. There you go.
I just,
Hey man, but it's been some crazy news out here. Got a couple crazy news stories for y'all, man. This
I
shit
feel like I
is.
never had this.
It's some wild stuff
I'm
going
totally
on.
slacking on news stories today, bro.
Get up on that microphone.
I'm totally slacking on news stories today. That's all I was saying.
Man, it's all good, man. I got one for us, man.
All right, no
it's
doubt, no
kind of
doubt.
weird. Watch your food, man. When
Are
you
you
go out
paying for
ordering food,
Man, gosh, just put it-
I know we all eat out.
Man.
We ain't even gonna. He start popping his collar when I said, I know we all eat out. But like, man, you gotta watch your food, man. A pizza place in Springtown, Texas, closed this week, man, for possible food tampering. The employees, they found out, were putting laxatives in the pizza.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
fucking.
not funny. But
That's fucking hilarious.
That's crazy.
That's like Little Caesars.
But hold on. Have y'all ever done that
Springtown
to somebody?
police called about
Not
Mr.
in the
John's
neighborhood.
Pizza, according to Dallas Fox affiliate
I think they're
KDFW
when I go to
TV.
Dallas.
Employees put Miralax and other laxatives
Why?
inside of the pizzas, but they said they didn't deliver none of them. So they caught 3 employees and 3 of them admitted to it.
So,
Why did they do that?
They said it was for a coworker. Actually ate it too. They said it was for him. They said none of the pieces actually
yeah.
got delivered.
Why would you make that
So
many
why?
pieces for one
Well, this is
person?
my thing. Why did it make story if it was just
they put it in the dough.
If it was just one person.
employee? Yeah.
What if it got accidentally got delivered?
No,
They
did
denied serving the
They
public
did
to the
that.
public.
Yeah, they lying about that, honey. We know that factually. Because
'Cause they
guess
don't
what?
want no
It didn't make
lawsuits
the
coming.
news. We've seen plenty of things go on at the workforce. Some crazy stuff. And then
But-
it made the news.
When I worked at McDonald's in Walnut Hills, I seen one like a drop a. It was either McChicken or a double cheeseburger patty. I don't remember which one. This was a couple years. This was years ago.
Oops,
And pick that bitch up and put it right back on the sandwich.
think
I
they
was
didn't?
like,
No, I was at
What?
Subway.
I told
I seen
somebody
a
they
bum
had to
take a
hand
shit
it-
in the Walnut Hills McDonald's.
This girl made my sandwich at Subway. Was wrapping it, dropped it on the floor, and then asked me if she wanted for me to remake it.
No,
I was
because
like, you know what? I don't even want that no more. I don't
I'm
want
cool.
Subway
I'm
anymore.
gone.
I'm done.
I'm gonna check
She's
out.
like, you want me to remake it? It's all right.
It's all right.
Wait,
You
wait.
should have told her to bite it then.
Was it in the wrapper?
Swear. And
No.
she grabbed me wet.
Because
I
she picked the
mean-
paper up and then took the sandwich and put
Okay,
the sandwich
so-
on the top of the paper.
No.
Man, no,
She
my
must have been
friend
high
thought
as
I
hell.
was no for real. My friend think I'm crazy because I asked her. We was having a conversation in reference to bed bugs, and she was telling me that some people are okay with them or having them or them being around. And I kept, and as we furthered the conversation, I kept saying, "Why
Take a
the
little bit
fuck
more of your
do you
lecture.
keep saying that?"
She got bad
She
bugs.
got bad bugs.
Well,
No, I'm just-
not even in not even necessarily, but it was just like, and my breakdown was because that's not something we engage in. We don't even have to keep having that conversation. It's not okay. It's never gonna be okay. I get it that some people know how to put up with it.
If you found what if you found bed bugs in your food?
if you okay with bed bugs, I truly question your hygiene.
This
I
is
question,
okay, but this
Look,
is the
man,
only
I question
reason.
what
Just
your
5
house
bed
look
bugs
like.
ain't bad, yo.
Well, this is my
Ain't
only
no such
reason.
thing
I'm
as
saying when
bad
this girl
bugs.
asked me
So
about
ain't
that
shit. If it's
sandwich,
one, it's a million.
she dropped the sandwich at home, picked it up, and
And
ate
ate
it
it.
before.
Yeah.
I was working at Rallies, and so this is my first job was Rallies, and the man did that. The manager, assistant manager, he dropped that motherfucking piece of cheese on the ground,
Ew.
picked it up,
Ew, cheese.
laid it right on the burger,
Yeah.
and went to set it on there. I said, "You can hand that out the window, cause I won't be doing it." So they know whose ass to whoop. They not looking for me, sweetie. I didn't
Right.
drop your burger on the ground, pick it up,
They
and
got a
serve it to you. You know
cheeseburger
what I'm
plus
saying?
gravel.
You ever ate at Springdale Hooters?
No cheese dropping in.
Oh, you
I
said they had
remember
green
that.
wings.
I used to be a cook at Springdale Hooters. These motherfuckers, the wings was green one time.
What?
She told me, the manager told me to put salt on them and let them sit. After they fry, they'll be straight.
What do you mean they were green? Like,
They were green,
molded,
like
ew.
spoiled.
Gang green.
Like, wow, you
My
serving
brother
this.
used to work there.
Yeah.
Who was your?
Man,
I think he did. Yeah,
yeah, he probably worked with him.
that's crazy.
That's
man.
bullshit.
frying up them green
And then
ass
you
chicken
ran
wings.
out when you got
He did say some
fired,
story
or
about
when you
that
left there, and you was
I
like,
didn't leave there. I got fired. Go
"Okay,
ahead.
I
You can
didn't." I'm
expose me. I hear
sorry.
you. I know you know things or whatever. Go ahead.
I didn't mean.
Last
sorry.
time,
I
the
didn't
blast
mean to
hour.
do that.
Why were you
I
doing
didn't.
this?
I didn't
You're
mean
in
to say that. I'm
position.
sorry.
Uh,
When you left there, he ran out and was like, "Home by the green."
yeah, I definitely did.
That's funny
Fuck
as
them,
fuck.
man.
I love that.
Whatever.
I think that shit is funny as hell.
That
Can
shit's
you
crazy.
imagine a motherfucker to sit there with their family like,
I'm gonna
and
green
you like,
chicken.
hey, shout out to the. Can you? I would be
You
like,
just gotta get up, everybody, honey, get the kids, just get them ready.
You know what?
Sir, we not paying for this.
You
I don't
know
no,
know
I
what
saw a
those-
roach at Little Caesars.
I
No,
bet you
at
did.
at Caesars.
All of them probably.
I saw a roach. I saw a roach at CC's Pizza in Fairfield.
Ew.
Y'all, we
Double
not
X?
getting no type of sponsorship.
I don't-
Blasting
I don't like buffet.
The
Blasting
Nah,
roasts is
for them.
delicious.
They're not
When I
bad.
think about when I
Buffet.
think about buffet, it's like
No.
somebody's little snot nosed ass kid like picking their nose or something. And
You said you don't like
touching
buffets?
something. I hate, but
Yeah, they are like not good for
Buffet.
drink, but that
It's
food
just
be
not
so
Everybody.
good. Mm.
You ever notice you get hella mucus after you get at a buffet?
I
You
don't-
always
No,
get
I'm-
that.
you are so on your mucus. Like
He dead.
Milk
I'm
is
trying
all
to tell y'all, if you
milk
health
is the only
conscious,
problem.
you gonna hear about yourself. I'm serious. If you
Yeah.
do crazy stuff, if you eat crazy stuff, you gonna hear about it on here because they gonna let you know. The man
Don't
told
eat at a
me for
buffet.
eating catfish, he said, "Well, you might as well be eating bacon." Ain't that what they said?
no, you might as well be eating
All
dirt.
I-
eating the pig. Look, she said dirt. He said bacon.
Go get you a scoop of dirt.
Man,
I'm
little
just saying.
water.
I remember at Coney
Roll
Island
it,
we used
fry
to
it up.
spit in the
That's what
water
you
and the
might as well
catfish
be
used to eat it.
What you frying
That's
it with?
all I'm saying.
We frying it with? We talking about?
It don't matter.
We-
Ain't
they
nothing
saying
strong enough
period.
to fry
I'm
catfish
bullshitting. I'm
to make
bullshitting.
it edible.
I'm bullshitting.
Catfish?
Hey man.
Catfish was a
Just saying.
survival food like chitlins.
Ugh.
Why are we still eating bottom of the barrel food? You don't have to eat that.
Right.
Tradition.
Well, yeah, I got it, exactly. A lot of it is tradition, and then you
Yeah.
gotta keep in mind it's still for sale, like all the rest of the BS. So if they never, and so that's why I say when y'all tune
Ugh.
in here, understand that you might even want to have a notepad and a pen with you because they gonna drop a lot of facts about various
Don't eat
topics, and you want to
catfish.
pick it up.
Don't eat tilapia.
I
ain't
eat
gonna purr.
tilapia.
Tilapia ain't even no real
I
fish.
know
That's
tilapia
So what is
is
it?
farm
They're
fish.
saying
farm
that
raised.
you
Tilapia
can't-
is farm
they-
fish.
There is no
yeah,
wild caught tilapia.
It's a cloned
Yeah.
fish.
Yes.
Yeah,
This-
What did they get
tilapia
cloned
They
from,
grow
though?
it in metal
They farm
vats.
raising it.
Yeah,
It's farm raised fish.
From what type of fish?
It's
No,
a
no, no.
genetically modified fish. They have created a fish. You do not go out cast your wheel and bring
So
in
does it have
a
omega-3 in
wild-caught
it?
tilapia.
I mean, they
Somebody
probably
told me.
do, but
I'm about to say, somebody
but
told me that
the
they
concept of it being genetically modified,
Wild tilapia?
kind of like
Yeah.
Wild tilapia are, I don't know how the fuck they caught that. Them motherfuckers aren't. Have you ever seen a tilapia?
No.
A real one?
No.
That's what
They're
I'm saying.
big as
What-
hell.
what
They're
we
like
get
as
in
big
the
as the
grocery
table.
store-
They engineered that way.
They're humongous.
Like a wild caught tilapia, and
I've
what
seen
you
them
buy
at-
in the grocery
They're
store
not
is
the
not
same thing.
the same thing.
But this is the
I don't know
thing.
what that shit is in the
Y'all
grocery
gotta look
store.
at the names and stuff. Even if you in Kroger's,
Farm
80% to 90% of that fish is farm raised. The only thing they got in
Salmon.
there right now that's not is
Salmon.
the salmon.
Salmon.
Cat. They have some catfish. They have
Cod.
some perch and they have some cod.
But if you look at your wild caught fish,
rest
we
of
get
that?
super off track.
well, hold
man.
on. But look at if you look at tilapia, right, and you take 10 pieces of
I can't stand niggas
tilapia.
that say
Who got,
tilapia.
we get the
Tilapia,
Tilapia.
what is it?
Rice.
It's tilapia.
Okay.
I can't stand niggas. I can't stand tilapia ass
8
niggas.
out of them
No,
10
the drink.
pieces of fish look
Oh,
almost
okay.
identical.
Yeah.
We'll have to converse because I've noticed that.
It's
Crazy.
that you're
Don't eat that
into
shit.
Having a cup of tea.
I ain't gonna perk, man. A couple weeks back, I did make some I did fry some tilapia. I actually made some mango salsa and slapped it on some tacos. Shit was
Mango
fucking,
salsa.
shit was fucking stellar. You know what I'm saying?
Try it with cod.
Yeah.
Better.
I mean, I'm
Like
down
eating
with
a
that.
chicken taco. The texture of it.
Yeah, I'm down
So
with
We
like
got
if you wanna
DJ
knead your
Beware
fish.
checking in.
So
Just
we-
so y'all know.
Okay.
What up to
You just pass
DJ
them
Beware?
couple
Yes,
sandwiches.
sir.
So we
Hey,
got any
what
of
my
y'all got
friend got
any
me.
of y'all got any celebrity
This
stories?
lowers
What
your
happened with these
vibration.
celebs this week, man?
Today I'm a
Oh,
little.
Oh my
Celebrity
lord! I
stories.
just seen something talking about. No.
Man,
I
man,
just
man,
seen
man,
something.
man, have like 4 seconds. I'm sorry.
Lee normally go ahead, Lee.
Wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait.
no,
We're
no,
gonna
no,
go.
no,
Hold on.
Just four.
Whoever talking, just let it only
Four.
be one person because it sounds crazy when on the playback.
Shout out Cody. That's all I wanted to say, man.
Shout
Shout
out
out Cody
Cody,
for the visuals. That's all I'm trying to say,
Cody,
man. We have
I
to
done
get the
need
light in
to get
here.
you in there,
You
Cody.
see
You
it.
in there,
You
baby.
see us in a
Who's
different light
Cody?
right now. This is Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I tried to introduce you
Yeah.
to him
I
earlier,
said
but you
hi. I
were
thought
taking
you
a
said his
selfie.
name was.
Don't worry about it. You lost. Don't worry about it. You already lost.
I know.
Let's
We
tight
don't know
now.
what
I didn't
you
know.
talking
Nah.
about
This is
right
Cody.
That's all I wanted to say, yo. Shout out
to
Cody,
Cody.
man.
He in the building, baby.
Ohio
He
Media
can't
School in
run
the
shit.
building, you know what I'm saying? Getting the rocks off. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, go
CTD
on.
Productions.
Super. You got it.
Because it hit
Celebrities.
me, and it hurt my feelings, y'all. They talking about they got Remy Ma
In
No.
jail
in jail.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
No.
do.
Turn.
Why?
because she
No.
punched Britney.
Spears.
Brittany, no,
No.
what's her name? Brittany something. The
No.
Love and Hip
Taylor.
Hop girl.
Brittany.
Don't give me a quote me on the
No.
game yet. On the name,
I don't
y'all,
watch that
but,
show.
Man, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
So she punched somebody on Love and Hip Hop and she going to jail, like everybody else doing every other season.
Well, I mean, she's
It
in
wasn't
fellas,
during the
bro.
camera
Charges,
roll.
and it wasn't during.
She lucky she ain't
It wa-
clapping
it had
like
to
she
do
did
with-
that other chick.
Didn't
Well,
have
she's
to do
a felon, but
with
that's it,
somebody's
just
daughter.
What happened? with somebody else?
Papooses' daughter?
I don't know the whole facts. If y'all know the
It's
facts,
Papooses'
then drop
daughter?
them. Drop the
It
story
had
for
to
me
do
because
with somebody's daughter,
it just
and the
threw me
girl
off
was
that they got her.
basically saying that she basically saved the daughter's life, but I think Remy felt like she was trying to throw shade on her name, so she punched her. Somebody look up the story. Can you look up the story?
yeah,
Sure. Hold on.
Yeah, definitely.
I might be all wrong.
Nah.
just because
Yeah,
that's
my
too.
phone-
It was
my
too
phone.
much for me,
DDD.
man. She just got back. You know what I'm saying? She been winning.
She been turning up. She been
yeah,
looking amazing.
everything been successful.
She's
You
had
know
Or
what
Remy.
I'm
Remy,
saying? The
nah,
family.
she got the show with Joe Budden and
Yeah, man,
and
they-
the other two people.
Yeah, man.
Man, and
Shout out to Joe Budden.
Okay, let's.
yeah, shout out to Joey.
We got
Remy Ma
We need
turns
one more
herself
song, bro.
into cops facing assault charge. 4:30 p.m. Remy has officially bailed out, but she didn't have much to say to our camera. Oh, backtrack. 3:41. Remy just saw the judge, and her bail was set at $1,500. She's expected to post that shortly. Well, I
Man,
want
she
the
shoulda
original
just gave the girl
story.
1,500.
She gonna be in and out there.
Oh wait, here it is.
She gonna be in and out.
It took
for
a couple
15.
weeks, but Remy Ma is in police custody for allegedly punching Brittany Taylor at a concert last month. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ the rapper surrendered to cops Wednesday, flanked by her attorney. Well, it don't say why.
Keep reading.
Okay, hold on. As we reported, the Love and Hip Hop New York star claimed Remy punched her in the right eye while backstage during the Pretty Lou benefit concert at Irving. I don't have no idea. At Irving
Plaza. That's the same
Irving
place.
Plaza near Union Square.
4.
We don't say why. Hold on. While police were investigating the incident, Taylor geared up to file a civil suit against Remy by requesting cops preserve all evidence of the alleged assault, including surveillance footage. I need to know why. Like,
Period. That's why I said
Type
I
in
couldn't.
why
I
they-
never found one.
Let me see.
They never
Did she post
said
bail?
one.
Did
Type
she post
in.
bail?
And hopefully,
Yeah,
She
it's
definitely
only
had
$1,500. Papoose better have had that.
I know, right?
The hell?
better, man.
You know what?
It's on deck, man. Quit
So-
playing
so-
with them right now.
Yeah, you know what though?
$1,500.
Keep 1,000 with you. The show they got going
I coulda
on.
bailed her
the
ass
state,
out
the
for
state of the
$1,500.
culture.
right.
Yeah.
With the state of the culture, they're probably gonna talk about it.
We know they gonna
Joe
talk
Budden
about
is
it.
gonna make it.
But
Talk about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean-
And hopefully they shed light and get that up off my, you know what I'm saying? Get that up off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute dress.
That's
There be
pretty.
too much going on,
I know,
man.
right?
Enough
Y'all gonna
of
stop
it.
trying to
That's
test her.
Beautiful.
You know what,
Quit
man?
calling
Come
the
on,
police
man.
and going these little fist
Remy
fights.
is not playing.
Get touched up and get on.
She is not
Or
playing.
fight back.
She better know Remy Raw. You can't just be out here starting shit. Remy Raw does not give no
Yeah,
fucks.
no,
And
none.
I mean,
She
I
a little
honestly
savage.
think that with as much she got going on and all that, it had to be.
It had to do.
reasons.
I feel like it was Papoose'
you
daughter.
know,
I
it
might be
reasons. People be acting
wrong.
like stuff just
'Cause
happened.
Remy doesn't have an older daughter, right?
What?
Papoose
No,
has
it's
an
his
older
daughter.
On the car window.
And I feel like-
Sheesh, no wonder he hit you with the car door.
Right. No, I feel like it was something like
Page 6. Oh, shit.
that
Look at her
girl
eye.
was with
That's her.
Papoose' daughter,
Ooh.
and somehow the girl. It was something about speaking on her name, something crazy. Like she tried to say she was protecting the girl from something, but Remy felt like it was a diss. So she
Remy gotta
punched
be
her.
way
Ooh,
smarter.
She was talking about somebody's baby. I got to
Man.
quit playing with people and their kids. Women emotional about their
Hey,
babies.
Casey.
Man, fuck all that, man. Words should not
It
be
wasn't
able
the
to move
new
you to
baby,
assault
it was
somebody. You giving them the leg up.
The older daughter.
It was Papoose'
It's
daughter.
Papoose' daughter.
Does it say anything?
I hope y'all went. No
Mhm.
speculations. Just get us the story.
I feel
Because
like
if
that's
she
what
older, y'all gotta still be careful playing with people's
Okay.
kids, man. We're not playing with y'all.
So, it says the
Remy-
rowdy
Remy-
rapper performed at the benefit concert, but Taylor, who's the girl she punched, had no reason to be in the backstage area where she claims the assault took place. It happened in a dressing room where the defendant had no reason to be there, says her attorney. The complainant is a liar. My client did not touch her. The hip hop hellion. What the hell?
Yeah.
How's
who
she a
wrote that?
hellion? This is on page 6. Has 90 days
hellion.
left on parole for nearly shooting to death her
Ugh.
ex-pal Makita Barnes Joseph in 2007 in a
shitty.
squabble over money.
They
She
gonna throw that
spent
in.
6 years in this.
Nah,
But
we need Brittany to go clear her name. Y'all gotta
It's
fight in the
it
back
has
room or
something to do with
yeah,
Top
I
story.
haven't seen why.
because
but-
I
That's
read
what
it
I'm
a couple
saying.
days ago.
But my
I
thing
mean, let's
is,
hear
Let
from
me see.
them, and they
Let me
gonna.
see.
Ask Fat Joe. Somebody got to call Fat Joe. I bet you he know.
Get
right?
him on the phone real quick.
Yeah, I'ma
hold the
call
line
him.
Bring his
for you,
line.
Six. Six about to get Joe on the line for. We gonna hold the line.
We got any black excellence stories?
I do,
Yes, you do.
Whoop-de-whoop.
I do.
Yes, we got at least
And I don't
two
know
of
about
them.
excellence, but I really feel like it's something to be
Something positive.
something
man.
positive
Somebody
to
ain't
be
get
discussed.
Upper checked.
So we always hear about black athletes, college athletes, professional athletes
She's definitely
that are
athletes.
accused of sexual assault, rape, gang rape, other sexually deviant behavior, right?
Okay.
And usually at the cusp of or the height of their career, which either ends that career or derails it, whatever, right?
Okay.
So, they just had the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Dales is the father of a female student who went to, Arkansas University. And he was thanking Dre Greenlaw, who was, the 148th pick. And he is now with the San Francisco 49ers. So he
Okay.
was thanking
Whoa.
him for saving his daughter at a party that they had both attended. So apparently the girl and Greenlaw knew each other in high school, right?
Okay.
So they're at this party. They're both freshmen. His daughter, the girl was drinking. He was not.
Okay.
So someone slipped something into the girl's drink, making her incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
And Greenlaw stepped in when the guy tried to get her to leave the party because he didn't
Mm.
recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
So he said she's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So the girl's father never told anybody this story because he was an athlete. He was underage. He was at a party where there was alcohol. And I would even like to throw in there the fact that he was a black athlete underage at a party with alcohol. He never said anything because he didn't want to get him in trouble. So he waited until after he was drafted to release this on Twitter just to say thank you for basically saving my daughter and risking your career, your life for stepping in because it easily could have been something that was turned around and put back on him.
Of course.
So that was something I thought was interesting and just something to celebrate just because
Whoa.
we hear of so many
That's right.
young
Yay.
black men that their
Yeah,
lives
yeah,
and careers are stripped and taken away from them.
Facts.
For a lot of times,
It's an
allegations
athlete.
that are
AFF.
Melanin
that turn out not to
movement.
be true.
Right.
Okay.
Melanin movement.
Melanin movement.
What you got?
So I found the story. Okay, so
Yeah.
apparently the altercation was in retaliation to an attack on Remy's stepdaughter Dejanay that occurred a few weeks prior. TMZ claims its law enforcement sources say Brittany claimed Remy accused her of knowing information about the attack on Dejanay, and that was when, TMZ reports, Remy allegedly threw a punch at Brittany. So basically, Pap's daughter got into an altercation with somebody. Remy felt like Brittany knew what happened and wasn't giving up the information, so she punched her.
Quit playing with
Damn,
people's
that's her
kids.
daughter. Don't be
Quit
playing
playing
with
with
her
my
daughter.
kids. That's all I got to say about
Man,
that.
if you got as much the risk as Remy Martin, you can't let no words move you to assaulting somebody. Like,
I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait,
say
I saw
this.
something
Like-
on
like, you ain't
celebrity
got no
news
goons?
too. While it's on my mind.
Them ain't words though.
Hmm.
Go ahead, baby. Them ain't words though. He's saying that like words. We just want to be clear. They said it was a physical altercation that took place.
Her
When they
daughter
say
got
she knows
jumped or
something, old girl could have been there. Old girl could have been the one sent to call. Old girl could have been the one sent them in. You too close to the situation. If I know you close to the situation and you playing
And
with
you
the
ain't saying
situation and you ain't saying again, that's somebody's baby.
Yeah, that ain't words.
Quit
That's
playing
information.
with people, especially when we talking about getting physical. Some of y'all keep thinking this is a game. We're not talking about just getting physical and you getting slapped. Do you want to remain here on earth? That is the question you got to ask yourself
Right.
when you playing with people and threatening people's lives and carrying on.
Okay.
Everybody don't play the same. Some of these people is crazy. Yeah, they will black out and hurt your ass, and you out here playing and thinking it's a game. It's not.
but
a
she
game.
got more resources than like, man.
You ain't got no. I'm thinking like
That
you
was
ain't
her
got
as
no
a
goons
mama
on
though,
call.
and a real
And
That
she
was
could have
her
been
as a
way more
mom.
resourceful.
It wasn't about
man.
no goons.
That
I asked you a
wasn't-
question and you lying in my face, and I'm
That
not
was
about
her
to keep
being a
playing with
mom.
you.
I mean, but you know what?
And you never know
I
because
get
we
you.
wasn't
I
there.
get
We
you.
don't know.
I get you. Like I don't disagree with that.
I just.
I'm just like, man, like.
But
damn,
even
like,
a
see if you can,
situation like that would
your
take
hands
somebody as a mom who doesn't have her past can put them in that space to
Boy.
behave that way.
Boy.
So
me tell
I
you.
may not behave that way on an everyday basis. I may not even have her past. But if something happened to my baby and you
Yeah,
do something
I get it.
and you ain't opening your mouth,
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in it. you know what I'm saying?
You don't know
that's
what's
what
no
I'm
gonna
doubt.
saying. You don't
No
know.
doubt.
Because it's too
And you don't know
emotional
what
with
comes
that.
over you
Oh yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's
So
too
But now you
apparent.
create
I
another
understand.
barrier between that and knowing what actually happened for real, for real. You creating, you got to go spend time away from the situation, get
But
to
as
know
a
what
mom in
actually
that
happened
moment,
to
you
the
ain't
daughter.
thinking about that shit.
Yeah, but you gotta always
it
be
did already
thinking.
happen.
Right,
So I
and
may
that's
never
true.
know what happened.
It's
You gotta
both.
always be
You
thinking.
do.
in
You
that
do
situation.
have to always be.
It's both. I'm gonna
do.
say this: if she put her hands on her, she did it on purpose. Let's be clear. We talking about somebody who we know they got too much to lose. We not talking about your cousin who got 90 days left. We talking about motherfucker on national television. We talking about sponsorship money. We talking about we in the middle of recording one show and another one getting ready to air. You knew when you put your hands on somebody what. So that means I did it intentionally. Regardless if we lying and saying it didn't happen, you're right. It never did happen. Y'all wasn't in the room. This is an alleged thing.
Yeah, her best
You feel
bet
what
to
I'm
say it
saying?
didn't happen.
Like,
Yeah, her
yeah,
best bet
like,
to
From
they
the
say
don't
story,
say
though.
it
From
didn't
the
happen.
story that
Punch
she
who?
read.
But from the
With what
story,
fist?
I can see if I felt like, even though that's the story that they releasing, because we got to remember media. What we say, for real, is word is bond. That's why it's only important for us to fact check, for us to know, because word is bond. A lot of people not fact checking. They not really taking our show and going to Google and saying, well, is this true? Hell nah, they on the
Yeah,
phone
we
with
they
their cousin.
resource.
Yeah, they on the phone with their cousin right now, girl. I'm sitting here watching type shit, and they on here talking about Remy done beat up the girl Brittany from Love and Hip Hop
Right.
because she fought her daughter. We don't, you know what I'm saying? They done got it wrong. And you feel what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like,
Shit.
they put that story out there because that's how they want us to take it as that. But they could have physically got into that altercation, and that's why she put her hands on her.
Yeah.
So in other celebrity news,
Yeah, what else happened?
Alright.
so Nipsey Hussle's sister
I
Yeah.
saw
is
this.
petitioning for
Custody.
custody of his oldest daughter, and people had something to say about it.
Mm.
But when you look at it, to me, I kind of step back and I'm like, these people must not know about having a will, a living will, a power of
Mhm.
attorney, nothing to put in order. Lauren London is not that girl's mother.
Yeah.
She has no legal standing
So are people saying
for
that
her
more?
to be with her. So it's not, the way I took it, it's not that his sister is trying to remove her from that situation, unless other facts come out, and maybe that is her goal. But I would think that she would do that to secure that child's place in that family, because if you are a parent, even if you are, I believe it's even if you are a spouse, if you do not designate someone to have your children, they automatically become
Or probably
Award
get
of
the
the
state.
state.
a ward of the state.
Really?
So if
Unless
you don't
some
have
family
in
steps
place,
up. Mhm.
if something happens to you, your child doesn't automatically go to your mother or to your sister or to whomever or your next of kin. Your possessions do, but your child immediately becomes a ward of the state.
That's
So
crazy.
you have to
It
have
is.
someone to
We need
step
to
in to
know.
take guardianship of your
Nothing.
child. So if you are a single parent or you are a couple and not married and you share children, you have to at least have in your will that if something happens to me and these children are both biologically yours, that you are to have legal guardianship of this child.
I don't know who the hell would get my kids.
So it to me,
You
I
gotta
took it
think-
as it's
think about
not
that.
her trying to take the child from Lauren London, but trying to preserve that family, because at this time her biological mother could come in and say her father is deceased, and even if he
Give me my
had
baby.
full custody, she can take her, and that's it,
And that's
because
it.
he's deceased and did not leave anything in his will for where that child is supposed
It's
to
hard
go.
So
for
the
me to
woman-
believe
so the
that
mom
Nipsey didn't
can't
leave nothing
claim
in
the
his
baby?
will for where his child
She
was
can.
supposed to
He
go.
may not even had a will.
And that's what I'm saying.
You talking
The
about
the
30.
mother of that
33.
little girl can come
She's
in
talking
and
about
say
Nipsey too. He had life
hold
insurance.
on, hold on,
policies.
hold on.
her father is deceased. That's who had legal guardianship of her.
I don't. What was you saying?
I said it's hard for me. It's hard for me to believe that he didn't have that worked out.
Well, you got to think though. Like
Even
what
if,
she
even if
denied,
you
what
have
she saying.
even if it's not about life insurance, what he could have left everything to that little girl. He could have,
No,
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
gonna say about
What I'm saying is
but-
it's hard for me to believe that he didn't have that
but
part.
if,
But he might have
but
thought
gotta know
Lauren.
if the mother
yeah,
still
he might have
has,
thought
if the
she
mother
had-
still
he was
has
so
legal
knowledgeable,
rights.
though.
That's the thing. If her parental rights have not been taken away,
she can, go
she
get that
can
baby.
fight for that.
See, what I'm looking at it as, even if I did write a will, and we planning this will for everything to plan out, he probably even talked to Lauren, and they always discuss she was keeping that baby.
Right.
But they don't necessarily know the knowledge she know. It's as far as what she telling us right now, which
Right.
is if you don't designate that, and your child ain't 18 yet, you see what I'm saying?
And
You
that,
weren't even
and that,
thinking like
and that other biological parent still has their legal
Yeah.
rights. They have not signed over their legal
So
rights.
Lauren
so
couldn't
it
have
would-
even
it-
got her anyway if the mother wouldn't ever. If the
if
mother
the
hadn't
mother
signed it,
never
I see
signed
what
away
you're
her
saying.
legal rights,
Yeah.
she
She
couldn't have.
did?
She can. If
We
she
don't
did
know.
not.
I don't know.
So let's say they go to court.
Right.
He has full custody of her, but the mother still has legal
Parental
claim
rights to her.
parent, to
Yeah.
parenting.
parental rights. Yeah.
She never signed away her parental rights.
when did she sign to obtain them?
You don't. You,
gain them.
you
This
birth-
one
You gave them
birth-
because
You
No,
got
you
rights. What you
oh
mean?
my fault.
parental rights.
My
you
bad.
birth-
Oh
My
yeah,
bad,
yeah.
my
No, I'm
bad, my
thinking.
bad.
I'm thinking
My bad.
custody.
I
If
was
you
thinking
don't
custody.
want
My
them,
bad.
you
I'm
legally sign them away.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry.
So let's say she has.
Was you
Oh,
thinking custody too?
No, I was thinking about London.
So
I
let's-
was thinking about London. Like, when did she have that? Like,
So
but
let's,
my
so
bad. I
let's
messed
flip
up.
the situation. Let's say the little girl's mother was like, fuck it, I don't want to be a mom, and signed away her legal rights.
Mm-hmm.
She could never come back and
Exactly.
To
try
obtain
and
that back.
obtain custody, and Lauren London would have been able to legally adopt her.
Dang, never.
Once
No,
you sign
once you-
that over,
that-
that's why I
that's-
don't do it.
That's like when children go up for adoption,
Like me.
and both parents have to sign off on their legal rights to be legally adopted. Those parents can't just come back and say, "I want my baby back."
Yeah.
You
So-
have to go
I
through
want my
courts,
baby
and
back,
it's
baby
not
back, baby
it's
back.
not usually granted or guaranteed unless there are extenuating circumstances.
Which scenario?
So where's the
that
where's
you
the
gave?
baby mama?
Which
Right.
When you're
Where's the
adopted.
baby mama at?
I was.
Who?
That's what we're talking about.
I don't. From what I read, the baby mama didn't have custody. I don't
Yeah,
know if
she
she
were-
was.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
But where
She
is?
never had custody, but
What?
did she ever sign away her legal rights? Because I feel like if she had signed away her legal rights, his sister wouldn't need to step in to take guardianship,
Okay, got it.
to be a legal guardian of
I
that
understand.
child.
Understand better.
Because the mother would have no right to the child anyway.
Unless she
But let's say
was
throw this out
still
there.
wanting to get rights to her.
she'd
I'm
have
sure she
to.
want the rights now.
She very well
right,
could
but
have
that's
want
the
the
thing.
one
That's
right
what I
now.
was about to say. This child is now worth a whole lot
Lot of
more
money.
than
You
when
think
she
it's
was
money?
born.
Huh?
You think it's money related for the
Man,
sister?
that's
Well,
not
not
that's
necessarily
man,
for the-
I was trying to get
Not,
that
that
not,
point.
be
not for
too-
the sister. I'm saying
I'm
if the
trying to get
mom
to the point,
did come
goddammit.
back.
Oh,
If
hell
they trying to
yeah.
Yeah.
prevent that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like just because you are a
But
cash
people
cow
were
at that
writing-
moment.
So she
Right.
had to have already signed her rights away if the if
she could
The
just
the
That's been
sister
watching.
is petitioning.
No,
But I thought you couldn't petition unless the rights were signed away.
her father is deceased.
So she's petitioning. She's petitioning on his behalf.
on his
Baby.
behalf,
Okay.
and he had custody, and and custodial parent guardianship.
So the rights don't. So it doesn't automatically go to the mother.
It can, but that's why you have to petition for guardianship to say, in order to continue this court order of him having guardianship, this is why this child should not be with their biological
Yeah.
mother, and petition on behalf of the family to keep
Ooh,
this
child.
child.
That's
with
crazy.
That is.
No,
the
that's
family
You gotta
that
go
they have.
run
But
to
it
some people that
happens.
ain't gonna got nothing to do with nothing. And be like, y'all should settle this. That's why, man. Hey, man.
But
It's a
legally, it
dirty
happens, and you have to have that shit in order. If you're not going to be married, if you choose to just be together and y'all have kids, that's fine. But what happens if one of you all pass away? What happens to those kids? Or what if you break up and then one of you pass away and you don't think the other parent was fit and they were living with you?
Right, because
I
that's why I
understand.
said I don't know
Like,
what the
those
fuck
Kids.
where my kids will go.
Someone on your behalf has to then go and petition to the courts to keep guardianship of those kids.
I don't know where my kids will go. That's
I can say
scary.
the most time,
I know where mine
most
are
of the
going.
times I see it is with a lot of women and some of the men when they become incarcerated. A lot of them, when they trying to get stuff done, be signing over their parental rights
Yeah.
to their children. That's why when she said,
Go
it,
ahead
I
and
was
sign
like,
that
that's
shit
true.
over.
For real, they be trying to get stuff
You ain't
done.
taking care of that day anyway.
They do. They be trying to get stuff done. You took your ass in there while you was on dope. Now you done on some drunk high shit. Done signed over your little rights. Now you done in there and start getting sober. Now you want your life back. Now you want your kids back. But now you getting pushed back from the family member that you signed it over to, because they don't believe you, sweetie. They don't think that you've changed or overcome those
Not
things.
even the family member though.
The
Could you
state.
imagine
The
taking
state.
that in front of a judge?
The
Like, well,
state.
why did you
Even
sign
the
away custody
judge.
in the first
place?
Yeah,
Like-
why did you do
And
that?
why do you want it back now?
Yeah, never do it. I don't care what they told you to do. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's
For
crazy.
real. Not
Man.
if you care about your babies, don't
You gotta
do
be
it.
watching your own back, man.
You certainly do.
I'm telling you, man. Don't
Watching
beat
your
off,
own
man.
Where we at
Sometimes you ever heard the term "coming to your senses"?
We didn't talk
Literally
about
though.
Yeah, man.
This guy.
That's masturbation,
guy.
man.
This guy.
No, it's not.
We
How
have
did
to
you
have a
get
whole
that
masturbation
topic off
segment.
No, I'm
No.
just. You gotta watch your back. You gotta put yourself in a frame of mind where you
Coming
go,
to your
shit.
senses is a reference to being present in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming
To being
your
aware.
senses, beat off. You gonna come to your senses? You gonna
No,
be like, oh,
that's
what?
not.
I was about to do what to her? Raw? Oh, nigga, no.
That's not what that's a
Uh,
reference
I'm
to.
glad I
This
got
is
that
the
out of
rough
me.
and rugged
I'm
part
about
of
to
the
take me a
segment.
It's
nap.
the rugged, sluggish
We need to
bone.
get a topic out the bag.
Yeah, let's go in the
Oh,
bag.
where's the
man.
bag?
Oh, Lord.
It's about to
In
get
my
fun,
bag.
man. In my bag.
All
I'm
right, so I
in
was
my
gonna do this.
bag.
Each person wanna take a question
Each of
and
us.
answer it.
Let me explain it first.
Well,
This is the
okay,
part.
explain it.
This is the
Okay,
part of the
hold on.
show. It's called "In My Bag." We got some topics inside a box, but it don't matter. It's a bag.
It's a bag.
And
I got a Crown Royal
that's how we
bag I
gonna
could bring
roll.
in if y'all
Dolce
want.
Yeah, bring
Gabbana.
us
Yeah, I
that
do
Crown
need a
Royal
bag. I
bag.
didn't
We
have a
need
bag. I
that.
just had
That's
a
a
box.
Dolce
Of all
Gabbana
things,
bag.
we need us a Crown Royal bag.
So who
Flat
gonna
out.
put that?
Yeah, you know what? I was just about to say.
I might have one in my
like,
trunk,
Dolce
for
box,
real.
ladies and gentlemen,
My
if you're out
bad.
there shopping.
Perk
You know
to
what?
Vienna.
Judge me
Next
in
week-
my
Oh
box.
no!
I got you.
See, this is the thing. I used to sell shoes at Nordstrom, baby. You ain't seen them spend no money like I seen them spend some money, baby. So when I
was
see
just
certain
this
names,
weekend, and I was very
that's right.
disappointed in the shoe selection.
oh, it was terrible.
It was awful.
She acting like that's the only box she could find.
Oh,
she had a
I'm
Kroger
saying.
bag. She had something.
No,
I
show
don't
them.
have Kroger bags. My
Right,
Kroger
show 'em
bags
the
are
box.
reusable.
Show 'em
Thank
the
you
box.
very much.
Even our boxes
I
is
don't keep
Dolce.
Kroger bags.
We don't care about
Look at her
what y'all
box.
know. This is what's going on up in here. We got a Dolce box. You know what
This
I'm
is
saying?
the rich
we
and
drinking
rare
on.
segment.
None of your business because they ain't paid for no sponsorship.
Don't stun on them.
and we get
Right,
ready
right,
to
right.
go in our bag and figure
Okay.
out what's next.
This is
Do
the
say,
rich
do say,
and
do say,
rare.
do say,
Somebody
do say.
can pick one.
All right.
Okay.
So what happens is
Right.
different
Hey, hey, hey.
questions.
Hands and things if anyone's
If y'all want
wondering.
to contribute.
You
We
took
even-
two.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
And you took two.
I was so
Okay.
ready. Did you
No,
see
it's
how?
one.
If
Oh.
anyone needs to see me put my hand in something.
In the bag. though,
That is
like, you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Okay, go ahead and
Get
explain
your
this.
bag
Get
real
started.
quick.
Okay, someone explain it.
I already explained it.
Oh,
We
Oh,
didn't
did
hear
you? I won't pay
Okay.
attention.
No,
I
no,
hear
you-
nothing.
yeah,
Go
all
ahead.
right.
Yeah, there we go.
One more, a recap.
Super didn't.
I did. I said this is the part of the show. It's called "In My Bag," even though that's a box. That's how we came onto the box.
But you never said what the
You
game
never
was.
said what the game is.
The game is called "In My Bag."
so what we do?
Dude.
Okay.
We
so-
What we do
inside the
during this
bag,
part
the box.
is we reach inside the box, and in the box there are questions
Uh-huh.
that people have sent in to ask us. They are pretty freaky questions. Sex
Oh, my
related
We might have to play
or
some.
So make sure you send in your
Let's
questions.
get it
Whatever you got a
Guys.
question.
Hold up, before you.
It's more like Janet Jackson. Would you mind?
it's sex
Lord,
related
and then let me
questions,
pick
and
first.
then
Go ahead and play that song. That's the thing.
Yeah.
we
Was the music
we
on?
pull
I can't
out,
put my
and then
hand
we
in the
have to
box until
answer and
you
You
discuss
have to
the
pull
question.
out.
Yeah, I
to
can't
answer
put
the
my
question.
hands in the box until you play the music.
Would you mind? Here we go.
We about to
Anybody
pull
wanna hit the
out.
lights? Cody, hit the
Make
lights.
sure y'all pulling out.
Shout out, Cody. Whoop, whoop.
Make sure y'all
Cody, go
pulling
hit the
out.
lights, y'all. Hold on.
Cody, hit the light.
There you go.
orgy.
Them
No,
hoes.
hey, look.
No,
Just reach your hand in there
getting
and
the
grab
orgy
one.
music going. Hold on.
Cody,
I'll
hit the
read
light.
Orgy music?
All right.
Wait a minute.
This ain't no one-on-one. It's
Now
like
here, I'll read it for
bodies.
you.
Wait a minute. What is appropriate
You gonna
orgy
read it?
music?
Okay.
What is appropriate?
I had a
orgy
question I
music?
wanted to
What
put
is
in there
appro-
too.
But,
Okay.
but hold on, wait a minute. What is appropriate
got a
orgy
question,
music,
yeah.
bro?
Hold
Huh?
on.
Orgy
Now
music?
you done thrown out. We
I
done
need
got
a
whole- I
question
have the question
answered.
right
All right,
here.
my bad. I need to know the answer to that
Oh, this
question
is a
though.
good
But you
one
got
for
it. You got it.
you.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Ready?
Oh, Lord. The pressure is on.
So the
I'm
question is,
The question
can I read it
is-
in
They about to
my
ask me
voice?
something crazy now.
All right.
Now.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Are you okay if she brings out her toys to play?
In the bedroom.
I feel like that's
In
a
the
little
bedroom.
too. That's a little. That's not an unfair question for me. Maybe if I had a nightstick, I'd be like, hell no. But me, I'm nasty. I'm freaky. Your girlfriend.
You gotta have a toy to play.
Yeah. No, I don't have to. I actually only strap women down by request. So if you
Really?
get a oh God, you gotta ask for it. It's none of that. I can make you come several ways.
Oh,
Several
man.
ways.
Interesting. You
You
learn
gotta
something new
ask.
every
Bust
day.
off hour.
Yes,
But you
indeed,
know,
baby.
I feel
It's a
like
freak
this is
nasty
something
part
that
of the
people should
section.
Bust
know.
off hour.
Yeah.
Because, okay, if you look at the anatomy of a vagina,
Let's
right?
go.
Let's go.
Pull up a diagram, somebody.
If you're
Somebody
looking
whip
at
out
the
the
anatomy
vagina.
of a vagina, I
Turn
don't
a
have anything.
taco.
Okay, so this is
Up.
the vagina, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have the clitoris hood, right? And the clitoris.
It's an
is
anatomy
underneath it.
lesson.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Lesson.
Video.
The G spot is
It's right
up
underneath.
here. So if you have a man that is
Like a
strictly
button.
going like this,
You're not gonna hit the G spot.
you're not going to hit the G spot. Most women don't orgasm that way. They orgasm from the stimulation here because the nerves run from the clitoris down the side walls of the vagina. So that's how she climaxes.
If you don't know this by
but hold
now,
on,
go
a-
ahead.
Come
Put it
here.
in the ad.
Come
Be the
here.
best player you can be.
But a G-spot orgasm, is completely different because you're
Sure the fuck
hitting this
is.
G-spot. You're not just stimulating these nerve ends down here. So, if she wants to bring a toy into the bedroom, it shouldn't be offensive to a man because if you're doing penetration this way and she has just a little toy here sitting on the top of her clitoris, let me tell you, that's going to be the best orgasm she
Organ.
has
Organs.
ever
Like,
ever
You
had.
church
You gonna make-
organ.
She gonna
Make
be
her have
crazy.
an
Organ.
organ.
And you
The
should
burr,
understand
burr.
how it works.
Organ.
Right.
You're
Because
right,
most
you're
of
right.
these men, they just come in pounding, and it's like
Bruh.
you're not hitting anything.
Oh.
Like you're
I'm
missing-
hitting
you
all
are
my
missing
spots.
The mark.
So,
Hey, I got a high
So-
five this
I
psycho
got
in
some-
here.
I'm hitting all my spots.
Right.
Okay, so
But
ladies
if
and
you think
gentlemen,
about it, that's true
get
because
yours.
on a penis,
I'm gonna tell you what
and
you
the
do.
man-
Get yours.
See, everybody
Look
in
at her.
embryo starts off with a clitoris.
Okay.
Some of those become internal, some of them
Period.
become external.
period. Like the
And
woman
it
city
becomes
girls
a
on this
penis.
shit.
So the
I was
head
talking
of the
about that the other day.
penis
Uh-huh.
has roughly 5,000 nerve endings, right?
Y'all got
Period.
like 11,000. Y'all
8.
said 8. One of them.
Sitting in the clitoris.
Damn.
3
If
left.
you're just hitting the nerve endings and you're not
Cody, don't quote him on
hitting
this.
where the nerve
Tight.
Don't
head
quote him.
is, it's
Fact
only
checks.
pleasurable to you because all of your nerve endings are sitting in the head of your penis.
Hmm.
All your nerves are there.
I came
and
here
then
to
your
bring
nerve endings
pleasure
are down
to
the
me.
shaft of your penis.
I came here.
That's why I called it 2
So
o'clock.
it's more pleasurable
So-
to a man.
So,
It's more pleasurable to a man to go straight in because all of their nerves are being stimulated and their nerve endings are being stimulated because they're in the shaft of the penis. So you're getting double the stimulation while we're just sitting there hoping.
Somebody has made her
so
upset.
yeah. Frequently.
I was gonna say,
Hoping.
Frequently.
I'm just, you know,
Dominique is not on y'all shit
I'm
tonight.
upset.
No.
Yeah.
because I feel like at a certain age,
Uh-huh.
you should know a
Uh-huh.
woman's body
Uh-huh.
and be able to
Uh-huh.
be
Uh-huh.
able to please both you and her.
Right.
And if it's not happening, don't be offended if she reaches in that nightstand to help you out.
I'm gonna tell you what you
That's
do to
all
help
I'm
yourself out. Go to sleep, but tuck your penis in your the top of your boxers and go to sleep like that.
What?
tuck your penis in the top of your boxers,
that do?
and then because it's gonna stretch it, it's gonna swoop it. Like you know how a swoop be like that.
It's
It's gonna swoop your penis
Give you a
upward
little
toward
curve.
the G spot.
There you go.
You know what? All right.
Man, what?
I have another
What?
option. Instead of having the woman on her back, put her on her stomach.
Yeah.
You dive in like that.
Yes, sir. Hold on, y'all gotta see
Super
Lee,
simple.
baby.
This is my shit.
Hold on.
Yo, this is
Hold
my
on.
shit. Like
Lee
right
not
there.
playing with
Yo,
y'all.
I am being
Lee not
so.
playing with
I am
y'all.
being so real right now.
Okay.
This is super
Cody,
simple.
Cody,
This is
quote him
super
on
simple.
this one.
Look.
Quote him on
But
this
if
one.
you think about the anatomy, that's true. Because
That is
you are
fan-
hitting the nerve
What?
endings. You're hitting the nerve endings on the sidewalls.
What?
Free game.
Yo.
If she
Yo.
ever got up and put herself in the doggy style,
Right.
Yeah.
Free game.
Facts. Boom. Do
show them
it.
again with the,
Look.
the downwards.
Take them from the back.
Uh-huh.
Put them on their stomach.
Put them on a what?
Dive in like this.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Nah,
about
you
to
there.
die.
You there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Trey
You know what I'm
Songz
saying?
dive
You
in.
there. You there.
I
You
read
there.
something
You there.
that said
Because I mean,
reverse
you rub your.
doggy style is the most pleasurable for both male and female.
Reverse cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl.
Reverse
Reverse
cowgirl.
cowgirl.
We in here with it. Or, ladies and gentlemen, you can't just get you a motherfucker who looking to please you. Stop fucking them slouches and those lazy motherfuckers who don't
Period.
even want to make sure you come. Because guess what? Motherfucker make you nut first, then they can do whatever they want to do.
So-
You understand
Right.
what I'm talking about?
So-
Get you
Understand
somebody
what I'm
who's
talking
trying to
about.
make sure you big.
All right, next question. We
This
got some
nigga.
good ones.
Can I add one? I wanted to add a question.
You want to write it?
I guess,
You're in
yeah.
the background right now? Like, I don't think you understand this. This is a real live level.
Wait, what is this?
That's your brother. That's your
That be
brother
me.
at it again.
I wanted to add a question.
You gotta just be like, oh, that's so mediocre.
That's not lying.
Oh.
He right. That's what we telling
All right,
you.
I'll
Shout
read
out
it
to
for you.
Sheree.
All right, next question.
Nubian expressions coming soon.
Oh wait, no, you.
Nobody ever answered the question.
What?
No, I did answer the
No, I
question.
came up with it. So
I
why
did.
can't I ask
I said it
it?
was
Hey,
fair for
she's
me.
cheating.
No, I'm gonna find you a good one. Hold
I
on.
pulled
Or
the
she
question
cheating.
and she put it back
Because
in there.
How you gonna
can't do
pull
that.
her question for her?
Let me get. She said I gotta read mine.
Dominique cheating, man.
Yeah,
did
man, she
cheat.
over here.
She
She can't
over
hold the
here.
box no more, bro.
Yeah, it's over for you,
What?
sweetie. We need a box girl
No,
too.
this isn't for me. This is
Lady, if
for
you
Hey,
wear
Oh,
short
wait,
but
shorts,
is it my
hey.
turn?
I gotta
Okay,
read
here.
it.
Hey, that'll be
Is it my
live.
turn- Is it my turn to go?
A box,
Okay,
a box
this is-
girl? Like, that'd be live.
yeah,
as
we need a
hell.
box
Oh,
girl.
shit.
Ladies, if you like wearing short shorts and high heels, slide in my inbox right now. We looking for a box girl. All you gotta do
Whoa,
is come
whoa.
in and shake it like such, and let us put the hand in it.
Only pantsuits. You got
Go
on
ahead, close the eyes, girl.
pantsuit.
Close the eyes, girl. Pick
Nah,
me
man.
outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Nah, you gotta
Right.
you gotta
reading
like a
it?
short ass type shit shirt.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
There you
What's
go,
my
a short ass
question?
type shit shirt.
Oh, man.
Boom.
It's about to be some wild shit.
Black, white, or 50 Shades of Gray. What's your preference in the bedroom and what's too far?
Ooh.
Do you like whips and
Just,
chains?
she gonna say like this
That's
like
a
she didn't
depth
pick it
thing.
out.
Right, but you got to read your question, but I couldn't read my question.
First of all,
That's a depthful question.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to have to answer this question.
Mhm.
You wrote it.
Right.
Huh?
You wrote it.
That
Or
doesn't mean it was for me.
or the fans wrote it.
That
Yeah.
one for me. That doesn't mean it's for me.
Or
Okay,
they
so
both making
this,
up
this,
shit.
This is my. Are we talking about me personally or like?
Okay,
in
Dominique.
general?
Go ahead,
playing
Dominique.
with us.
It's you.
We talking about you, sweetie.
Come on,
You
it's
just-
you. Go ahead.
This
Listen, cause
nigga,
Rod
man.
nigga done already told me, well, you kind of have to use toys, or I can make her bus and send her
Okay,
home.
I'm more like 50
And
Shades.
See,
of
I
Grey.
didn't know. I
There
don't
we
know.
go. There we go.
I'm
She
more
50
50
what?
Shades of Grey, and
Thank
this is
you.
why.
Tell us
Because-
why.
30 shades.
Tell
What
us
does
the
that mean?
nastiest.
30 shades.
50 Shades of Grey, it's like dominatrix type shit.
Not well,
Well,
this is what
kinky.
I'm saying. I say that because
Kinky
I,
like black hair.
I feel like you all should
Kinky like
be able
pussy.
to do everything. If you're truly comfortable with your partner, why are you closed off to them sexually? Why is it like, oh, I don't do that or I won't do that? If you experience it and you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. But why close yourself off from an experience
Don't tell
that
me
you,
no.
So, I have a
you
question.
might enjoy?
We're gonna be playing.
I have a question.
Hey, ladies.
Yes.
I don't know what to play.
All right. How soon or not soon is too soon to have a threesome? What are the
Damn, I thought you was-
stipulations?
My mic even
Wait,
flipped.
wait a minute. Is that an
Hold
offshoot of
on.
the same
Y'all
question?
bringing
or is it-
somebody
is
like
that-
me in the room, or is y'all
Um,
bringing Keisha?
You mean how soon? Like,
It would probably be a Keisha in
but see,
the
this
room.
is the thing.
It's gonna be
I don't know that I would have a threesome with someone. I know I would not have a threesome with someone that I was in a relationship
In love with?
or in love with.
There you
So
go.
I can't say
That you would want them
how
to be in
soon
touch.
it would be
Right.
now.
There you go.
Damn, I don't want to answer this.
No, yes, you
Answer.
do.
Oh.
We all gonna talk about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I want to hear it
yeah,
from the
yeah,
male's
yeah, yeah.
perspective, and I want to hear it
Is
from
another
the
question
lady's
that she
perspective.
wrote.
Practice just a little.
I will say it's an experience that everyone should have.
Okay.
So how soon is too
Very
soon?
political, but how
Even
soon
if you've
is-
already had the experience, what is too soon? What is too like? So say you've been dating somebody for a year, and you're like,
I wouldn't do it with someone I was dating for a year. To me, that's a relationship. If we've been
But you were
kicking it-
dating for a year.
So you would never have a threesome with someone you're in a relationship with?
No.
Why?
Like a back page.
She's
post,
gonna
Okay.
tell you why.
Craigslist
So you know what
post?
type of woman that's not gonna have a threesome with you. She's
For
gonna
me,
tell you why.
if something were to happen and you continue to see this girl outside of what we agreed to do in this room together,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
then I would have a problem with that.
Mhm.
So I just would not have a threesome
Period.
with someone
Period.
that I care about, that I would care if they were sleeping with other people. Now,
Right.
if we're friends with benefits and
Yes. Say
okay,
it,
so this is the situation.
please.
Friends with benefits, it was thrown out there, it happened.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Yes. She.
I
enjoyed
will
it.
say, I feel like a woman knows what a woman likes,
True.
and it's an experience. I feel like if
I
you're
had to,
open
Derek.
it,
I had to.
you should have it.
I had to.
There you go.
So what happened?
So don't ask me why
So-
your girlfriend keep calling me. I told her
So-
to love you and to be with you,
I have a question.
and that y'all should have an
You
abundance
don't
of
get to
Hold on,
ask
hold on.
questions
Lee,
because your
Lee.
questions be so
No.
sideways.
No, Lee.
No,
Nah.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
Go
not-
Lee,
ahead.
wait. From a
Let me-
male's perspective,
Yeah, let's hear
what
it.
do you think?
It's too
He got a
soon.
question though. Ask your
What's your
question,
question?
first.
My question was, if you're in a relationship with somebody, right, for a year, then I'm
Right.
assuming that you trust that person.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I guess my question is the space between trusting that person to not disrespect you, if the parameters have been set in that way,
Mm-hmm.
would deter you. Because if you know that he's not going to do those things, but based off of the trust that you have, is it that you don't trust him at that point in time,
It's
or
not
is it,
that I
was it
don't
more like?
trust him or his heart or his mind. I don't trust your flesh. You done already been rock hard and inside this woman. You know what it feels like.
my.
We've been there, done that.
Talking like
So
one
why
of
would
them.
you
Oh,
not go
my.
back again?
She's talking like one of them
because
books with the
because
No,
needle of a horse.
because we have this.
The
Derek
flesh
said you a
can be
real
weak.
nigga.
The flesh can be
Hey,
weak.
shout out Derek, man.
The flesh
Shout
can
out
be
Derek.
The flesh can be weak at any.
So are you gonna be with?
I'm just
are-
saying
are,
that-
are you gonna put your trust in a weak flesh nigga?
Baby, because
I would hope not, but you never know.
So-
You never know
Loud.
who's gonna cheat
Sorry.
and who's not.
100%,
So why?
100%.
So if I love
Yeah.
somebody,
Gotta
why
grab
would I
something
give them the
cylindrical.
temptation of cheating? I've already introduced another woman to this situation. I'm bringing this woman into our relationship. Why would I do that if I love you and give you that temptation
Put it on
to
there.
cheat?
Because sometimes,
I'm sorry.
so I don't know. I think sometimes men need
Shut up,
Turn
Derek.
up.
something else, or
Turn
just
up.
not even
We're
just
running
men
it.
as people. Sometimes
Some people
we just need
something
something
different.
else, and so it's giving your
That's why we don't be wanting to
situation, your
get married.
relationship,
Cody, if your girlfriend
a
is
fresh
doing
new.
this, have her log
So,
on right now.
okay.
Is this a
so-
political
Please do it.
podcast? Yes, this is a podcast, Derek.
So okay,
Welcome.
so
I think so. Hold on.
would you be in the lifestyle with someone you're in a relationship with,
Like
What do you
I said,
mean?
What do you mean?
like swingers in a lifestyle?
I know a couple swingers. Like in relationships, they do that.
I think it would
Right.
be dependent upon if that's where we were in that point in time in our relationship. If we talked about it and we both felt like, hey, this would be fun for us,
Yeah.
then fuck it, let's do it. But if it was just like something like, oh, it's his birthday and we just want to experience something new just for this, all right, fuck it, we're gonna bring somebody in. Like,
I just from the people that I have talked to that have done it with a significant other, it has not gone well, and that's both
Ooh, I have
just bringing
questions.
bringing that third person in to say this is something we want to try. This
What
is
if you're
something
out
we
of
wanna
town?
do, to then
Vegas.
going into a swingers lifestyle, and then the dynamics start to change in that relationship. He's going as a singleton by himself, and his wife is sitting at home. So it's not it's something where it's then, yes, we've set these boundaries, but then somewhere along the lines things got blurred and start to drift. So it's just
That
something
happens
that
regardless, though.
right, and that's what I'm saying. I just don't know that I personally would be willing to watch the person that I love have sex with somebody else.
Right. That's
Or
the.
if I would be, and that's, I know it's part of that whole
Especially when they're hitting it with that passion they don't hit you with, and then
right.
look you in your dead in your
But
eyes.
if it's just somebody
love
that,
this is-
you know, we're
this is so
friends
much
with
better.
benefits
For you.
and this is
So
what
it-
we do in this
This is
all
so
do,
much
why
tighter.
not
Have you
just
ever
have
had
an
a threesome?
experience?
Lee, have you ever had a threesome?
I have not.
Okay. So
So, ladies, if you
I
never,
have not.
if you never given
I'm
a
gonna
threesome,
be all the way with that.
would
I
you
have not.
feel like?
if you want to give Leah,
Would you feel like you would hold back?
The real amazing.
Would you feel like you would hold
What?
back to not hurt
Excuse
your
me.
partner's feelings?
Sexiest thing
Or would you? Or do you feel like you would be able to
hold
be?
back?
Good question.
Yeah, like do you feel like you would hold back a little bit? Like I ain't about to
on-
fuck her. Like I ain't gonna give her the A+ dick. I gotta give her like a D- dick so that my bitch don't get mad. Like,
Of course
or
he
would
does.
you be
Answer
like?
this question right,
Or would you be like, fuck it, this might be the
Of course
only
he
chance
does.
I get. I'm going all in. Like,
You gotta do a
how
little
would
bit of
you? How would you do that? Like,
Now, just make sure I'm understanding the parameters of this question.
Ha!
You said the
A+ dick
the-
or
the-
D- dick?
the primary the woman of my life.
Yeah.
This
has
the,
invited
this the
another
woman
woman.
you're marrying.
Yes.
Yeah.
The woman of my life has invited
You and all
another
these
woman.
Parameters.
He's talking
No,
logic right now.
I need to make sure I
You
understand
bring
the
this
question.
bitch
Yes.
here, man.
Right. You
Y'all
brought her
both
in the
agreed
house.
that this is something that y'all wanted to try. Y'all could be out of town. Y'all could be home. It doesn't matter. This is a random bitch. It's not nobody that's gonna be
Yeah,
in y'all
no.
lives.
You know what your
She-
dude said to
she's
you
not-
right
she's not-
before the threesome popped off? He said, "You sure?"
Period.
Or
Because
he
she
said,
don't
"For real?"
do not ruin my life.
Because I'm about
after
to,
this.
because this is new to me, and I gotta show who's boss.
Yeah.
I can't give her
Period.
half. I gotta give her
Period.
all. I'm gonna
You
do
gotta
her
act
better
a
than
fool.
you.
That's why I say answer it rightly. Tell him the truth that you would bang that bitch out.
Go
But
ahead. My
right
bad, Lee.
before you get to going too good and you look over and your bitch look like she unhappy.
And she over here
slow
like
it
this.
down.
Right.
Let
Nigga,
me- let me
I'm
fall
gonna
the
beat your
fuck. This
ass
ain't
and
going
her.
right.
That's why, bro. I don't
This
You
know.
ain't
know
going
what?
right.
You know what?
I don't know,
Like,
because I feel like I would be.
No, I mean, like,
Shut up, Derek.
That's it. That's it. Like, I mean, that's really it. I mean, I'm not about to sit up there and do anything that made the person that really was the core facilitator of this feel any type of way about anything that goes down in that situation. So, if I need to keep you occupied while I'm drilling,
This is weird.
that means
Right.
that means that, you know what I'm saying?
It's not
You know
weird.
what I'm
It's
saying?
just it's interesting. I use the wrong.
You know what I'm
term.
saying? Then that means you gotta be occupied. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Do what you gotta do.
I'm at it from the back. You gotta eat her up right now. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm
Give her a
saying?
task.
Some, you know what I'm
Everyone's
saying?
involved.
Like, yeah, everybody's involved.
Because you
It's-
can't let nobody be sitting there in the corner
Just
just
watching
watching what
life.
the
See?
fuck going on.
She done got up and walked
You need
over
to
to
get
the
up
corner.
and do
Yeah,
something.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And y'all just
Get
having a
up.
good ass time.
Same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought you just fucking her. Nah,
If that's
but,
the potential, though, why would you even engage in the threesome? If you got the potential to
Feel
start
type of way.
catching feelings,
Some people do it
But
because
see,
for
that's-
somebody else.
Right.
you ain't. That's
right.
ridiculous.
But see,
Well,
that's
and it
why
is.
I said
people
that's why
emotions
I
are ridiculous.
feel
Right.
the way I feel about it. I don't know that I would.
Do it with someone that you are in.
That you a foot
like,
away about remotely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if
And I feel like it's also more freeing too because I have no attachment to either one of these people. I'm gonna walk away from this situation and
It just
whatever
be
they
like,
do
that
after,
was
it's fine.
fun.
We
Or
had
not.
a good time. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Get a ball.
it's
B Turnt Brown said, "I ain't going." So you not having a threesome? Wait, I gotta see.
Yeah,
what
we
this
need
is.
Who said?
I ain't
We need
going.
clarification.
Who is this? It's a woman. It's a
Hold on,
male.
while we get clarification,
It's a woman.
Lee,
When Lee,
My
shake
legs
him
is
up.
lifting, don't look
Shake
at
him
it.
up, shake him up, shake him up.
No, it's a dude. It's a dude. B Turnt Brown said, "I ain't going." So you saying you wouldn't have a threesome in your relationship or what?
We need to know,
here, let me
Brown.
read it.
That's crazy.
don't
That's
get
a thin one. It's a thin one.
Where's mine that you put back?
Huh?
You
Where's
sorry?
mine? I am Saudi.
She did you dirty. We gonna make sure you get your chance.
You ready?
I'm not for real.
He said, "Not with my old lady." So you would have a threesome with like just two random bitches,
A
like
yamp.
To
Say a
Tatiana.
yamp,
a
baby.
yamp.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't do it
Bust
with
down,
your
Tatiana.
main. Why wouldn't you do it with your main?
Okay. What drives your inner hoe?
Ooh.
So let's put some clarification.
Let's
to
get
this.
some,
Or let's expand.
Define hoe.
Define this.
Right. What is a hoe?
What's your inner hoe?
What's a hoe? Period. What define?
I'm gonna
hoe?
look up the
Let's
actual
see.
definition.
We gonna
He
get a
about
new
to get us
question.
There's a
gardening
We done
tool,
got
bro.
too deep. Hold on. While you getting definitions, let's get another
We-
question.
Hold up, we gonna
Anyways,
run through
Cody
the
could've
whole
told
box.
y'all.
We ain't
Another one.
gonna,
No, we
Another
ain't.
one.
we ain't gonna
Pick
attack
another one.
that.
Pick another one. All together.
I think
You
we
and
need
you.
to attack that. Is that mine?
Get
I
a
could've answered.
get a
All right.
definition, so then we can go
Nah,
back to
man,
that.
we was
I know
I
about
got
my
the
inner hoe.
definition right now.
What is the
He ready.
definition?
Oh, okay. To play or not to play, what keeps you from
Can't
going down south?
can't lie on my dick. Yeah, I
So
would.
is there anything that would prevent you from either having sex with someone or giving oral sex to someone, but still having intercourse?
Yeah. So not giving them head, but still fucking them.
You can do that.
Hey, you know,
Too
you
much
wanna know
hair.
what's
I don't
weird?
know you like
You want to
that.
know what's weird?
I'm not
I'ma
feeling
ask
you.
Lee-
On you, yeah.
I'm gonna
Right.
ask Lee if he agree with this. Do you find that white girls will give you head first, but not let you hit, but black girls will let you hit and not give you head first?
I've seen that somewhere.
You know what?
before.
A movie.
I have heard a lot of that.
No, like online. somewhere.
Experience wise, I don't have the experience to answer that question, but I have heard a lot of that. I heard in France they'd rather give you head than kiss you in the mouth.
I
Somebody
heard.
got nasty mouths.
Man, they
Sucking on
both
the
are
pole
worthless.
at the bus stop or something.
Chilling at the bus stop, sucking on the
I
lollipop.
don't know what the truth is.
So you're
But-
saying that
but
white women.
White chicks will suck you up first before they let you hit.
For
Black
to eat
chicks
some Messiah.
will
and
let you
black
hit
chicks-
instead of giving you head.
Isn't that part of foreplay?
What's part
I
of
heard
the
white
head?
girls will
Yeah.
let you hit them in their
Again.
ass before they fuck you.
I don't know about in the ass, but
I heard that.
About the mouth
What,
and the-
what, what, I've heard that about like daughters or pastors' daughters and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They want to preserve their virginity, so they
yeah,
that neck and ass.
Cause
It's like how-
they can say that they still a virgin.
But they
Mouth just went viral.
It's
and they asshole too.
But
Look.
that pussy they talking about, oh
They
no.
walk around.
Tell me they
shitting
give
on
up
crazy.
some ass and
finger muscle and broke.
For
But
real.
look,
It's
it's
so
like going to
virgin.
somebody's house in the hood and they got that sign on the door to say, go to the back. Don't be bringing everybody through my front door, man.
Period.
Go through the back,
I don't
man.
use my front door.
Don't disrupt
At all.
everything.
I
Why?
use my front door. At all.
Why?
You mean like literally on your house?
Oh,
Oh, damn. You better be house,
What front door
nigga.
y'all talking
Better
about?
be the
I think
house.
they always doing too much.
He was thinking about something else.
What you
I
thinking,
was
Free
giving,
Nancy?
I was giving a
Whichever
metaphor
one. Supposed to be answering.
for somebody letting you hit. Oh my god! And you
No,
just
I
saying some
thought-
shit.
I
Okay,
always
I
felt
do
like oral
use my
sex was
front
a
door, but I
part was a
don't
part
use
of
my front
foreplay.
door.
Like
Oh,
What's the
screen
power
door.
of foreplay?
That's your way
Head.
of letting us know
No,
you
so
get nasty.
I
Hold
would
on, hold
I
on,
would
hold
give
on.
head.
No,
Hold on,
I
where we at?
read
If-
really well without
uh-uh.
a book or without glasses.
I mean, but if you
I
gonna do
don't
it, why
know.
not? Like
said
who
the same
wants
thing.
to have boring sex?
What are we
No,
talking
I
but
about?
guess
strongly
what?
I see what you're saying. You
believe
saying
that-
if you're gonna have sex, fuck you all the way.
out.
Like why the fuck are
Yeah,
you?
Feeling that you only have sex with people
go all the way
who-
through.
Have passed your
Shoot test.
allowable to have like the shoe test or allowable to have sex.
This
with.
nigga got on house shoes?
It's
Oh
over. No
fuck
sex.
no, you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
touching.
Well, what
me,
about
sucking
Jordan
me.
house shoes? Look at that.
So I feel like with those,
Don't
I
matter.
feel like they would have passed several tests.
They gotta be
giving a nigga.
Stacey
So
Adams
you
house
might as
shoes.
well give them everything
Fucking
anyway. It's like
Hey man, motherfucker, have a fresh pair of
Well,
kicks with a Vienna on you.
Well,
What
Put
a-
that Vienna on you.
okay, no. That,
because you
So,
talk
like-
to me, I know I need to get you outside here so
Yeah.
we can talk.
Has somebody ever passed all your tests and then they had a small a Vienna? Had
Yeah.
to put that Vienna
I
on?
told
or
y'all.
a fucking gummy worm. Yes.
Oh,
And it was
gross.
very- oh my god.
Or
It was
two strokes.
disappointing.
That nigga with the fucked
Still
up shoes
upset about
probably
that.
had big wood for your life.
Man.
Or the 2
You
strokes.
probably did cake.
Hey,
You probably did cake
It's
was
a
on.
gamble. I'm willing.
I
to
had
take.
kids by this nigga.
But see, this is the thing. I'm not. It's not like
Sorry.
I'm
After
like
the
someone
two-
that
Sorry for your
always
loss.
is like dressed to the nines and their shoes are always nice. I mean,
Hold on. What did you just say? What did you just say?
No, that was between us.
No, because I heard it was between all of us.
I said I had kids by the nigga with the 2 strokes.
Man.
I laughed again.
Damn, jump the blast hour.
Oh my god, her laugh probably going crazy.
The blast
right now.
hour.
Fucked up.
It's fucked up out here, man.
The
Don't
blast
think
hour.
head necessary for
I
me.
really like
Rather
men
give
that
her
can kinda,
head,
like, do
period.
both. Like, if
Rather
you
give
put on
her
dress,
head,
put
period.
Tims, and
Mm.
a nice shirt and some jeans. Like I can still rock with you the same way I rock with somebody who rocks a suit.
Yes.
Like it's and if you can do both,
Yes.
that's even more of a turn.
Wait, what was the question?
If you ain't got no good shoes, go borrow your homeboy shoes and holler at Dominique.
What was the
Trick-
question?
Tricker, man.
Baby.
What was the question?
Make sure you
Because
clean
you said
socks.
about the shoes, like, and it's.
Oh.
I think that's sort of like trying to speak to the type of person that I'm attracted to, but it's. I like the switch up. I like somebody that can do both.
I love a nigga that can wear
You gotta be
a
entertaining to
2-piece,
holler at Dominique.
a
man.
suit and a tie,
I
and
do get bored very
wear some
easily.
gray sweatpants and some Jordans.
I-
That's
You better know how to
sexy.
tap
And a white
dance and
tee. Yeah, that's sexy as hell.
fry fish.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what?
For sure.
The finest
What you
wine
say?
segment.
I said I love a nigga that can wear a button up with a tie and some slacks, but
Thank
also
you.
throw on some sweatpants
Thank you.
and a white tee and some Timbs or some Jordans. That's
Stick
sex.
any nigga with a
Can
body
you
can
do
do
A
both?
that.
hat. Yes.
Can you
That's
do
it.
both?
Cody, one day show up
Any
to the
nigga
house
with a
with
body
the
can
Timbs on.
It don't
Don't
matter.
get
Hey,
Don't
Knock
matter.
her back out in the living
Hell
room.
yeah.
Okay, answer the
I'm
question.
telling you, gotta be
Huh?
me.
What
Over
happened?
at the hill.
Yeah,
This is
what
the thing. I feel like a lot of times, like when you have a conversation, sometimes with women, they're like, "Oh, I don't do that," or "I wouldn't do that."
They lying. I'm
Why?
sorry.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
they're probably lying. But second of all, if you tell them the truth, why not? Like, I really feel like women should be able to explore their sexuality, what they like, what they don't like, and have
It's
healthy
so
sex lives.
taboo though. Like it's so taboo.
not.
Like
Why?
even
Why
we're
is it
still
still
because,
taboo?
and I know right
I
why is
don't
sex still
feel
taboo
like
for
it
women? I
should
think
be.
we're still
For
in that.
older women. Not for these young thotties.
But
Bust
I don't-
down,
but I wouldn't
Tatiana.
even say- But I wouldn't even say
I wanna
as a
see you
thought.
bust
My
down.
thing is the way that I carry myself
No, that's
in public
I gave you
has
wrong
nothing to
impression.
do with
What was
what
going
I
down
do
in the
in the
bed.
bedroom.
Period.
So
Correct.
if I carry what I'm doing in the bedroom into public, that's a problem. But
That's
if
a
I
thotty.
if
Sorry.
I carry myself one way in public and we behave differently in private together, why can't I do whatever the fuck I want to do?
You can.
I
And
can,
we're proud of
and
you.
I do.
If you just tuned in, this is the In My Bag section of the
We're
show.
proud of you, know.
We have
Okay,
two more
read
members
yours,
getting
Lee.
ready to pick a.
Read it.
Up.
Uh
Pick one.
Read yours.
Did Lee do
This
his?
was no, he didn't read it. This one.
Nah,
It-
it was
I already
saying,
read that one.
Oh no, we did do
That was
these,
what I was
didn't we?
reading. That
About
was
the
what I was
threesome.
nah.
Yeah.
What's gonna prevent me from going down?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
You didn't read this one.
That wasn't mine.
that was his first one. They took
Oh,
it
I
back.
read that one.
you read that one. We gonna sit this.
But
Can't think. Oh, someone said, "Don't think head is necessary for me. Rather give her head." So he's saying he'd rather give head than get it.
Hey, hit that nigga
There's
up, man.
A lot of people
Take
like
that
that.
head, you
There are
ain't gotta
several
do
people
nothing
who
for
would
it.
rather
My
use
man's-
their mouth. I'm gonna have to go with a 69 on our first time because I don't trust you. I don't know you. So same time or you got nothing at me.
Damn.
Dead ass.
But
Damn.
why is that? Because you
I'm
feel like
telling
they
you,
might
I feel
expose
that.
you.
I feel that.
Exposed. There's nothing to expose. His mouth is amazing. What I'm saying is, personally, I'm not going out like that. I'm not the one about to give up this mouth for 45 minutes while you bust
Facts.
all in my mouth and then, oh, I'm
Oh
tired.
shit!
I'm sleeping.
No,
I got you
no.
in the morning. No, bitch,
Yo.
you got me
Yo.
right now.
Man, my fault.
Period.
Nah.
See,
that-
I'm
nah,
not
that's
like
live.
I don't
That's
give a
live.
fuck. Like I just be like,
69,
okay,
same
whatever.
time
I
or
do.
nothing.
You know what? All right. So, all right.
I don't know you like that. After that first time, though, I got you. After that first time, you can catch me at Walmart, actually.
Right. Sit your ass down.
You feel me? Flat out.
All right.
Baby, I'm about to go get these strawberries at the back. You want to meet me?
Let this man talk
On a,
real quick.
on, a,
Oh, sorry, go
on,
ahead,
a, on a
sorry.
super simple level,
Let's get Lee. Hold on.
if you don't mean something to me, I'm not
Looking
going
for
down.
places for my job.
I'm not. If you don't mean something to me, like if you just don't, like, all right. But if
You're
you
not
do,
giving head. If a girl don't mean shit to you, you're not giving head. Boy,
not.
it is 2019.
However,
Give up that
However,
Right. The fuck?
wait a minute. What?
It's 2019. How can you say
I'm just
if you don't mean
devil's
anything to me,
advocate.
I'm
You
not
baby.
putting my mouth on your vagina? It doesn't. It's
How
sex.
dare you,
It's
Lee?
sex.
How
How
fucking
dare me?
dare you
How
say
dare
No
you?
that?
doubt.
Standards,
No doubt. But I mean,
Sex
but,
is sex. If
but-
you go, like she
but-
said, if you gonna fuck her, why not? You
Let-
put your dick in her.
now this is exactly
Leave
this,
with your dick in you that night where she might not give you that Pasaya that night.
I have.
now.
We're not saying you haven't.
You and Lee?
You said.
What?
You
Oh,
said,
it's a bro. It's a romance brewing them.
You said I'm gonna put my dick in her, and it's like, well, that's the other thing about it.
No cameras that
I'm
close.
not. I've never been one of those guys that's gonna just slap my dick in up anything. Like I've never been there. I never.
So
been
you
that
have
guy.
standards.
Proud of you, Lee.
Yeah.
If this bitch can't go to a lounge,
It's
Tight.
over.
not getting the dick.
She don't-
No dick. What do you say? No more. You ain't at the lounge.
The lounge is
You
not
don't know
anywhere.
lounge
Real level,
appropriate.
like on some real level shit. Like
You don't
I mean,
know lounge
like,
attire,
like
bitch.
yo, like yeah, because I mean, because
Not
keep
getting the
1,000
dick.
with you, man. Like I mean, and I might be completely alone on this shit, but I'm not one of them niggas that's thirsty to hit. I'm just not. So after the point where I know I want to hit, I'm probably already committed. It's going down. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm face deep in it. Like, you know, just off the strength.
Oh.
Oh, what we
Somebody
here.
face
Ah,
You know what
go
I'm saying?
ahead,
Like,
Lee, get
you know what I'm saying? Because, but I mean, but it's just like, but it's one of them things. Motherfuckers, man. Nah, it's just one of them things. Like, you know, like I mean, like if I ain't committed to the whole action, then it's not going down. Like you're not gonna get the dick.
So what's the difference? You got girls that you won't fuck, but then you have girls that you will fuck but won't give mouth to. So what makes them?
No. I'm
So
saying.
they either
I'm
get
saying.
both or
I'm
none.
saying. Thank you.
They either get both or
Thank
none.
you.
No.
That.
Now, for those of you out there that are giving one without the other, I feel like all females should be like, okay, I don't get hit, you get missionary. That's it. Don't flip my ass over. Don't kick my ass over. You ain't doing nothing
Well, wait a
special,
minute.
fancy. It ain't getting
Well, wait a minute.
comfortable. No,
You want
you
to?
being basic, I'm gonna be real basic.
Right.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
If you ain't going all in
Uh-huh.
all the way, if you ain't going all in and all the way,
Period.
and we ain't having
Committed.
no foreplay, you ain't
Ooh.
fully committed to this,
Ooh.
why the fuck am I gonna hopper on you and do some tricks and you ain't done shit but
Ooh.
laid there? Like, no.
It's over.
True.
You get one
That's
position
true.
and you better
You
you better get it right the first
Well,
But
time.
see, I think that's a
Ain't
problem
getting
too.
none
Like too many people have sex for the other person.
and it should be two people coming together to
Coming
both
together.
literally
Coming
coming
together.
together. Like, you should be pleased, they should be pleased, and y'all should be pleasing each other.
God,
If
tell
you
me
not,
again.
don't be out here doing tricks and fancy shit and spinning around on your head and
hoping you get some head.
fucking
You
up
done
in
did
a,
all that.
fucking in a handstand and all this other shit, hoping you gonna get some head.
Hoping.
No,
It's not gonna happen.
no,
I
it's
ain't-
a
Never
part,
getting
it's
that
part
head,
of
as
the
a matter of
foreplay.
fact.
I
It's
ain't-
up front.
I ain't gonna purr, man. I love getting head. I ain't gonna purr, man.
And if you love getting head, you should love giving head.
Like, you know what I'm
Period.
saying?
You should
Now
love to
this
give it
is
and be just as skilled as giving it as you love receiving it.
no doubt.
Like how
No
The
doubt.
universe says-
No doubt. No doubt.
The universe says in order to
Then we can
receive,
do
you
all
have
that.
to give.
No doubt. No doubt. Like,
The universe says in order to receive, you have to
Must
give.
give.
No, no
So,
doubt. Like,
And
What's
if you
wrong with
do,
them?
it's true.
you can
69
have a
times
Kudos.
magical
Universal
time.
law.
Kudos.
This is true.
Kudos.
You can have a magical time. But
Like,
if you ain't doing nothing fancy,
Oh,
I ain't doing shit strange.
You know what though?
Tripping.
Like, you know what though? Like, I
Tripping.
completely agree with that though, man.
No.
Like, I
Question
think
time.
that's a
Don't
real
even
life
think
thing.
about it.
Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, here we go.
I think.
B. Turn Brown
I'm
said,
done.
It's your
I won't
turn.
even be turned on without foreplay.
What?
B. Turn Brown said, I won't even be turned on without foreplay.
Period.
Yeah.
Facts.
We already said this.
It's
Do
the
you
same
diversify your portfolio or stick with just one plan?
We didn't
Do
talk
you
about
what?
that.
You definitely did.
We did not talk
Well,
about
That's something we
that.
put
kinda
back.
touched
Not
on
on the
it.
air. Not
What
on
was the question?
the air.
Do you diversify your portfolio or stick with one plan?
What's that mean?
So, are you
Sexual?
an equal
Yeah, what does that
opportunity dater? Do you date outside your race, culture?
You fucking
or
Nigerians?
Do you only?
Oh,
Or-
yeah.
Hey, I fuck with African girls. The first hand job I ever got was from an African girl, French Hall on UC campus.
This
I
nigga.
skeeted on her. She on a pair of
Nikes?
a pair of quiss.
What
What
is
is that?
that?
K-Swiss?
Yeah.
No.
Goddamn paper six. It
It wasn't real K-Swiss. They wasn't real K-Swiss because she was African.
No.
They was bootleg K-Swiss because her daddy sold them out the trunk.
And he had to see through forces too. Her daddy had to see through. Remember them
Nigga
shit?
was rocking those, bro. With different color socks on and
Yeah,
shit.
you had to
So
have
he
fresh
really
socks
had
on.
the. She had the.
I just called him.
What? I'm
Bro,
done with y'all.
hold on.
So you do date
Nigga, you
outside
skated
the race?
on us? Cause
I'm open-minded
what
to,
you do?
open
What were you
minded.
doing?
Huh?
Nigga, how you ski on the shoes?
She
nigga?
gave me a hand
did
job
that
in
on
French
purpose.
Hall in the elevator.
He
What?
did that on purpose.
Did you stop the elevator?
We just rode it up and down a couple times.
Oh, okay.
So you mean to tell me y'all could have banged on any floor and she just mouth open season?
No, a hand job.
Oh, a hand job?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
okay.
elementary school shit.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love elementary school play. I don't trust.
Man.
I don't trust like that.
Yeah, okay. All right. There we go. There you go.
Is everyone
Man.
an equal opportunity employer?
Give your girl a question.
Niggas
You
report to
did
they home.
I
Like,
love
yo,
my
can I
black
fuck with her,
women, is what B. Turn Brown says.
He
So-
said what?
He
Give
said he
who a
loves his
question?
black
Oh, you- here
women.
you
So
go.
he ain't. So B. Turn Black. B. Turn Brown. Would you? So you wouldn't do nothing sexual with anybody from other race, or you only date black women?
Man,
Shit,
smash
I've
your
had
mouth
something.
out. Don't y'all start lying about y'all wouldn't let nobody, y'all wouldn't smash nobody mouth out.
I don't know. I don't. Ugh.
Period.
I'm just not really attracted to men of other ethnicities.
Really?
Like
That's
it's some.
a bit-
It could be some. Like never mind.
Have you ever seen
Puerto
like a
Ricans be
Lebanese
fine.
man
I'll
with
be
a clean
looking.
fade, like in a
Who?
I wouldn't even be able to tell you if a man was Lebanese.
She said,
Like,
"You ain't
I-
never seen a nigga from Lebanon?
Right.
With some fresh shoes on."
Hey,
That comment got extremely
What?
pointless after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a Lebanon nigga? Like,
hey, this all on you, baby girl. You the last one with the question right here. Right, get the fuck off the lab and put
Here.
your
Sorry. It's my
fucking
turn.
Lebanon.
In my bed.
You're right.
Bro,
But
I've been there.
Oh, yes, this is my favorite one. Not for keeps. Sex without strings.
Ooh.
I meant to go like this.
No strings, but how about rope?
Do you do sex with no strings? Is that what they asking?
No, they
Yeah.
saying like, yeah, could you do no strings attached? Not for keeps.
Yeah.
I remember the guy I'm dating now, actually, I told him when we first started
Jay,
talking,
nah,
I was,
yesterday.
huh?
Bullshit.
What'd he say?
I quit.
I told him, I was like, I am not for keeps. Because I had got my heart broke by my baby daddy or whatever. And now it's a year later and my ass is still being kept. So clearly I was.
If you want her, go
I
get
feel
her.
like if you have the conversation, then you're coming from a hurt place.
I was.
You're trying to protect your heart.
Period. That's what I was
never
doing.
have the conversation.
You like to avoid it so it don't come
But
up.
no, it's not even avoiding it. It's if I have no intention on being with you, we don't need to talk about that because I can have sex with you and not be in love with you or want to even be with you. And that's okay.
Dominique is the one on the heavy stalking her in the backyard because she said nothing about ever not being with you, and you think because you popped her a few times she likes you. She doesn't
Right.
like you. She actually likes to pop you, and so make sure you understand the difference.
Right.
Is there a certain amount of times of
Oh,
popping that
African-American.
you'd be like, you know what? I feel more for this motherfucker.
No.
You mean like, so after you
so
get
you-
your back blown
so-
out real good, do you fall in love with him? Is that what
Like-
you're asking?
I ain't say fall in love.
But you just be like, oh, I love him.
No.
Look at
I
that.
do.
Like, all right.
If I
all
get
right.
good dick from my dude, sometimes I'll be like, oh,
So you'd be like,
If the only
I love him.
so all
The
right.
only reason I see you, or the only
You gotta
time I
love a
see you,
woman like
is when
Remy.
we have an appointment. Like I text you and say, "What are you doing?" Or I'm leaving
See,
this
there's
place.
nothing
I'm
to
gonna
be
come
built from
over.
that.
There's nothing to be built from that. It's pleasurable. I feel good,
So
but
so,
there's nothing to build on to that.
So all right, cool. So check dig, right? Like a nigga come through, you know what I'm saying, at your appointment, right? No doubt. Nigga come through, you know what I'm saying, you know, knock the bottom out that thing real quick and then be like, you know, you rub your shoulders real quick, like, you know what I'm saying, while he talking to you because he waiting on the second round.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, how your day go? You know what I'm saying? Shit like
That'd
that,
be
whatever.
fun, but hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Then next thing
Ain't
you
no
know,
asking how your day went. What if you
Just-
don't
just-
put this
just conversing,
vagina in
just
your mouth? You
conversing
ain't got
about
time to
anything.
ask how
Yeah,
my
I mean,
day
that's all you gotta do
went.
is
Your
get
mouth
your
should be
facts
full
out.
of
We
my
can have a
vagina.
conversation,
That's cool.
But the
So he down there
basis of a
like,
relationship
how was
should
your
not be
day?
built on
Like,
sex.
what?
Good
That's
sex
not-
comes a dime a dozen. Like there's other shit that I look for before I would look to say this person is a good partner for me. Good sex is part of that because.
But
if
how
we're
would
not
you
having
know if
good-
you don't give it the opportunity?
Because
If it's
That's
strictly talking about come get this,
because
That's
not
all-
every,
that's all I was
per-
trying to-
not
I was
every
trying to
person
build
gets
to.
the same treatment.
so you
like,
don't
for
allow
sure.
them to come in to get to even
So
get.
basically,
So you could
so
be
basically-
missing out
So basically, you saying
on your.
No,
basically,
it's not.
I
It's
don't
not
believe
even
that.
about.
So-
It's not
so-
even about missing
so-
out. If we've had a few conversations
You
and
know.
I don't really see there being the potential for a relationship, but I'm still physically attracted to you.
So
we
basically,
could
like,
go there, but we ain't going down this road.
so Dominique's basically saying this nigga wears Vans. He's lucky I even let him get the pussy.
Huh?
Okay.
First of all, I like Vans.
I asked him about
She's the baby kind of girl. You probably should have said Air Maxes.
this nigga
I
wears
like Air Max.
Don't play with us.
Air Force Ones.
No, I don't like those.
This
You
nigga
don't.
wears Air Force
Air
Ones.
Air Force
Forces.
Ones feel like high school.
Black
Yeah. Showed up
forces.
wearing
Nigga rocking
forces,
black
trying to get
forces.
some
You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So
Shit.
basically,
That is.
so
Nigga
I
rocking
don't
black
know.
forces.
Explain that to me. So you're saying like,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. If I meet somebody,
Mhm.
obviously the first thing is there's a physical attraction there,
right,
right?
right.
So I obviously like looking at you. I like the package that you have presented. If we go out on a date or we start talking, whatever, and I'm not really connecting with you on a level where
I
it's like-
can't fuck you.
But this is
Really?
I'm sapiosexual as fuck. Like if you can't
Facts.
mentally
But no,
stimulate
but
me,
see, this is
nigga,
my
get
thing.
the fuck out my face. Like
But this
I'm
is
not.
my
Don't
thing.
talk to me. Don't none of that. Like bye.
I
Ugh.
feel like
I get irritated. Like okay. End the
I feel
conversation.
that. I feel that.
but
Get it, man.
I
Go to
just
some
I
women
feel
here.
like when it comes to that, like, and you're having these conversations and you're getting to know someone, it depends on how or where or how you're vibing with one another. Like sometimes you just have a physical attraction to somebody. You just have physical chemistry. That's just it. You just have physical. There may be things that you don't agree on, like he sees things one way and I see life a different way, or we don't agree on politics, we don't agree on money, we don't agree on this, but the one thing we do agree on,
You can blow this back, yeah.
Period. Throw that ass.
sometimes you just have a physical chemistry with somebody.
See, I can't even
that
get
does
to
not-
that
that
point.
does not need to
Really?
manifest into a
I
relationship.
cannot get to like I don't know if I have a wall up, but that's why I say I'm just a super sapiosexual. If there is no sexual stimulation if I'm not mentally stimulated, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck?
You know
Like
what?
I can't if I'm not vibing with
But
you,
my thing
or if
is,
there's
if
not
I'm
a,
mentally stimulated and physically stimulated, now we could probably be together.
I can't
but
even get
I
physically
don't know.
stimulated if you can't stimulate me mentally.
You know what? I'm
Like,
a
I
thousand for
can't-
with you.
like,
I can't look at a
real
nigga and be
life
like,
level-
oh, he's
real-
fine.
Like a physical
Real life level-
attraction
Up in
to
his-
somebody.
Like I can be like, damn, she bad. I want to jump up and down that thing, whatever. Get the
Man, I
clothes
think
off.
men can do that.
You get the clothes
Men
off,
do that
whatever.
shit all the time.
But keep
I
my thousand with you now. Like I'm rocking what you're saying, because I'm like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking that bullshit for real, or you don't know what a 401k is, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
That boy said
like
you
real
don't know
life
the
level,
401k.
my dick won't get hard. It just won't.
Yeah, like
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I
cannot
get that.
No,
fuck
if I'm attracted
a
to
nigga
you, I'm
that-
attracted to you. We ain't about to play this game. Now,
Yeah.
what won't happen is I won't be able to do nothing with you or take you nowhere. Because I'm very mental. You
Yeah.
really got it. You know
I
what I'm
can't,
saying?
but I'm saying like
if you
I
tell me
can't
like
even
a vibe
get
and
turned
shit, I'm like-
on. I can't even get turned on if
But
you not.
See, I'm hypersexual
no.
too,
Okay,
though.
Sexually.
I must be, because you cannot. You can't tell me you have never walked in a room and seen somebody and been like, God damn, like, and then you end up connecting with that person. You don't really know that person, but there is something physically
Yeah.
drawing you to them.
Yeah, you ain't never had that?
Mm-mm. If
Pheromones.
I find somebody that's
Well,
like,
okay,
but see,
pheromones,
I think
whatever it
even
is.
if the pheromones are drawing you, then there has to be
That
some
make me-
sort of vibe there.
'Cause
Like
what
we
what
have
does
to
that
be.
feel like when that's happening? Like,
Man, what? Okay, so again, I'm hypersexual. So here's the thing with me.
She said, man, what?
Because I'm a very, for one, whether we acknowledge or not, I'm a very strong energy. I can make you excited, or I can make you angry, or I can make you happy, solely based off of my energy. So I read people's energy and I can feel energy.
Right.
I'm
Me
a person
too.
that if I'm attracted to you, and this is crazy, I'm talking about like crazy sexual attraction. Like, girls used to be able to touch my stomach and it would make my spine tingle, or just crazy shit like that. Like, if I'm attracted to you and you just got this thing that I gotta have, you can make my mouth water.
you extra sensitive.
Why Blaze always be looking like that when he say he'll say a fact
Bodily.
and you just sit there like
No, because if you open to those type of
Take it
energies,
in.
it means that you just more sensitive. You probably more empathetic
I'm an empath.
I
know
am
that.
because
too.
you can feel other people's energy.
Yeah.
right. So I
So-
guess with me with
So, like, I
that
can
being
walk
said,
past you. If I'm turned on by you, I could walk past you and we can kind of graze
feel
each
the
other. I'm
energy.
like, what the fuck?
right.
Yeah.
So maybe for me
Yeah.
that's what it is. Maybe I don't even, because I am an empath. I'm not attracted to anybody that I can't have a mental conversation with.
We can talk. We can have
Weirdly
a
enough,
conversation.
like
But I
there's
can
not
talk to you
even
without
like
words. That's the
like
thing.
it's like
Yeah.
a filter. Like I'll be walking and somebody else might be like, damn, he fine. To me, nothing. And then the dudes that I do end up conversating with, I'm like, oh my God, I could do this all day. I'm in love. When is the wedding? Shit like that. Because it's like,
But see,
It's-
that to me, like, I feel like for a lot of women, that's how you end up forcing a situation that's not supposed to be. Because it's like you see this person, you connect with this person, you have conversations with this person, then it's like, oh, well, when's the wedding?
Because every connection
Well,
is that.
Every
Right.
connection is not that.
I didn't mean
or-
literal,
but
like,
no,
when's
but
the wedding,
not
but
every
it's like
connection has
that-
to lead into a relationship.
what you like.
I can
True,
really be
true.
like vibing with you. We could have a great conversation, but there may just be some shit that, based on those conversations, I know long term I'm probably not gonna be with you because you see things or you do things this way,
Differently.
and they don't bother me right now because I'm not in a relationship with you. I don't have to deal with that shit on a day-to-day basis. I
Right.
can do what we do and walk the fuck away. I'm not tied to you.
Is it
Whereas-
worth the gamble though?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nia did him, girl. Nia
The
did him.
gamble of potentially getting pregnant by somebody you have no feeling for.
Right.
Get
That's
pregnant.
well, I'd fuck
Because
up
it's
and
hard
do
to
that.
build with somebody when you don't even like. I don't even like your supplies, nigga. How we gonna build?
Nigga, you brought a paper clip.
I think in
Where
that
are your supplies? Like, matter of fact, just a dick. Oh,
You ain't got no
shit.
tape roll, nigga. You ain't got no tape. You ain't got no scissors, bitch. Fuck, how the fuck we supposed to
Again,
make?
we're keeping it
I
simple. We
think-
was talking about nothing.
Okay, well, then I won't go down.
Well, so the
But
but
no,
the
it's a
question
lot
was
that process
the
is
question
crazy.
was what
If
was the
that
question?
if that was the case, and people, if that was the
What
case,
was the
and
question?
people really truly
What was
thought
that question?
about
I don't
life
know.
and preserving life and only
Keeps,
having
not for
sex to
keeps.
procreate, those without means would never have sex. It wouldn't work that way. So we're not in a
Say that again.
we're not in a survival state. We're not looking at just having sex to procreate and to build.
Right.
And so if that were the case, those without resources, they wouldn't get shit because they have nothing to attract that woman or that man to them because they can't give anything in return.
Wait, what did you just say?
I mean, that
So
makes
when
sense,
you're
though.
looking at it strictly based on pleasure, it's like that's the roll of the dice.
Get
But
that
my
back,
thing
bro.
is, in the position that I'm in, I know that whatever I do and whatever offspring I have, I'm self-sufficient and I can take care of my own, which I do now. So I can do what I want to do because I'm not dependent on anybody
But
else.
that's a selfish decision because a kid is gonna need 2 building blocks.
A kid
Sorry,
needs 2 building
guys.
blocks, but in my situation,
And I'm speaking out
I'm
of my
bad at
own
gum
experience
What I'm
too.
saying-
It's hard to
but
love
this is
something
what I'm
that you
saying.
made when you
This-
don't love the other person
but
to
hold
help you
on.
make it.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't love my child's father. I hate him as a man. I don't expect for him to do anything for him financially. He's not on child support. We don't talk.
I put my baby daddies on child support,
unless
y'all.
we
I
absolutely
just wanted to
have
shut
to.
up, right?
But the
Yeah.
fact
Yeah.
that hold on,
Let's
the
clap it up
fact
for
that
that.
is
Woo!
my child's father, I have to be mature enough to separate those feelings.
Yes,
He
you
has
do.
a phone
I'm mad at
so
the
that
fact
he
that-
can talk, FaceTime, text his daddy whenever he wants to. Their relationship, I understand, depends on me and my cooperation. So I have to remove my personal feelings from that,
But
regardless
have
of
you
how
done
I feel.
that?
Yeah. He has open access to him. He doesn't. His relationship with our son is not dependent on what he can provide for him, what he can do for him. I understand that if he has it, he gives it. I'm not going to force him to do something that he can't afford to do. I'm not going to take away my son from his father because I don't believe he's standing up to a certain standard. If he loves my son and he treats my son right and he respects me as my son's mother, we can co-parent and we can do what we need to do as parents to raise this human being and so that they can have both parents.
Because I think that go back to what Lee said. That go back to something simple as what Lee said. If I don't like you like that, I'm not giving you no head or no dick. It's just because like that shows you that I really don't trust you or respect you.
And that's a very rational way to think about it.
Then why?
But you
Oh,
don't
so you're
always
not
think
having sex?
rationally.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Man.
it's strictly based on the pleasure.
But we gotta be emotionally responsible
80%.
because it's a past. We live in a world that was created by our parents. So we
Right.
born into their energy that they created.
Which is fucked up.
I never even thought
So
about
it's just
this
like-
whole concept right here. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So I just be thinking
His
because I
mind
feel
is
like
blown
in my
quiet.
situation, my mom and my dad didn't love each other. So I see spots in our relationships where they just like they blow me off. While I don't think if they loved each other they would blow me off. And it's usually when it's something emotional with me. If you create an energy for a kid to grow up in where you don't have that other building block, but that kid needs that other building block, it's a selfish decision.
Yeah.
Like I'm
To
not judging, but I'm
to
just
not-
saying for
to
you
not
to
love the other person.
yeah.
Well, what about if you?
Because it's gonna make it. If you don't love what you do as work, it's hard to go to work. If you don't
Yeah.
love the person that you built your kid with, it's hard to have a communicable relationship.
And but I think part of that falls on that individual and how each individual and how that is a reflection of their own self-love and their upbringing.
Exactly.
Because
But your
like,
son needs building blocks.
he does,
regardless.
and he needs building blocks, and he needs both of us.
Yeah.
Period.
And so I don't always agree with his dad or agree with what happened in our relationship. I still respect him as my son's father. And
that's
because I
all it is.
respect him, I'm never going to allow anyone to speak negatively about him. I'm never going to allow for anyone to influence their relationship in a negative way. I'm mindful of how I speak about his dad in front of him and how I speak to his dad in front of him. And these are conversations that we have had as two adults to say, you know, we are no longer together and there is shit that happened in our relationship that should make us hate each other. But we both love this child. This child is a piece of both of us. I love my child more than anything, more than I dislike him.
She's logical, though. I told y'all.
And because I love him more than I dislike his father, I think part of that is being an adult and sacrificing and just saying, I know what I can do for my child. The one thing I can't do is be his father. So I've got this shit here financially. I can take care of you. I can provide for you. I can love you and care for you. I can give you any and everything you want and all of what you need. But I cannot be his father.
Right.
So it is not fair of me to remove him from that equation or to put roadblocks in his way and allowing him to be a father, because I know that my child needs both of us. He needs both of our energies.
What would you
because
consider
he's a
a
piece of both
roadblock?
of us. I
Well,
feel like women who
Just unnecessary
just
obstacles.
unnecessary obstacles.
Like-
if it's necessary for
If
you
you
to
can't
have
come get him right now, you can't come get him.
Petty.
Petty, ignorant, just no
Pettiness.
fucking reason type of thing.
just
You know what
putting
I'm
that
saying?
negative energy into that relationship.
Did my
Like
phone
there's
start?
you
Mine
don't
did too,
need
sure.
all of
What
that.
the-
And that child feels that.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what he's saying.
and I don't want to put that on my child. I would rather eat all of that. I would rather swallow all of my pride if that means that my child can be happy and have a relationship with his father.
I just wish that.
If I take that shit on the chin, that's fine because I love my child enough to do that. If I feel like as a woman, if you are willing to die for your child, I would give my last breath for my son.
Right.
Why would you not give him his father? Why would you not allow for him to have that relationship? Why put that negative, petty energy into it?
Some people like that.
And I don't want it to get too preachy, and I don't want to feel like I was.
They feel
I just was giving the other side of the
And they
coin,
bad.
the sex thing.
No, I get
That's
it.
how they
But
do.
we come to the end of another show, man. We always get to some meaningful stuff, even though we have our fun and everything, man. So this coming week, man, catch us if you can. Tell people where you gonna be at this week, man. We're gonna go with you.
Damn, you gonna start off with me?
Yeah, Lee, where you gonna be
I
at,
don't even
Lee?
know. I'm gonna be tonight.
You don't get to talk much. So
Nigga, shit. What's today? Wednesday?
yeah,
Thursday?
Wednesday,
Today's Wednesday.
Thursday Eve.
This weekend? What's today?
Just tell them
The
where they can
first?
find you at on the internet.
Oh, shit. Nah, man.
I get.
Nah, like real life love. I had a big ass calendar in the basement, man. Like I be forgetting what's in front of me until I see the shit. But yeah, man. Type in MAZ_N on Facebook or the Real Amazing on Instagram, and yeah, I'm sure you'll find me. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, nigga.
Nigga,
Yell loud enough, nigga. I don't give a fuck with shit. Fuck.
what's going on with you, Ronika?
What's up? You can find me on Instagram at _center_stage, Snapchat Nika Mwa, Facebook Ronika Palmore, and this Saturday at the Avenue we are having King Von. I'm not really sure who that is, but I think he's hip for the youngsters. So if you're young, come out and listen to him. It's live. It's live.
Come out and do dances that look weird.
Yes. Yep, at the Ave.
What about you, Dominique?
Dominique Cox on Facebook. This weekend is Cinco de
That's
Mayo.
Turn up.
So I will have a margarita in my hand from Friday until I walk into work on Monday morning. So I will be at a plethora of places anywhere with a good margarita.
Also, my birthday is in 25 more days.
All right.
So be ready.
Okay.
I'm not sure what we're ready for,
I like
but
the way she bring it
be
back
ready.
around.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry.
Don't
Go ahead.
forget.
I forgot to
Yeah,
take. You said
that ain't this weekend though.
Huh?
What about
That
you,
ain't
That's
Bryce?
not this weekend though.
Shut up.
Young Sleazy.
Counting
You won't
down.
be called Sleazy or Bryce on here, man. I'm gonna call you a little bit of both.
I'm comfortable with that. I would prefer that everybody who knows me, what you know me by is what you call me by. You know, if I happen to end up with 2 million fans and they call me Sleazy Buttons, don't be the weirdo who's never called me that and then try to start calling me that. Call me, look at you weird. Call me what you know me as. If you don't know me, continue to act as though you don't. I prefer it that way. Y'all can follow me. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Facebook. Because I got a Facebook page, SLEAZY Buttons, BUTTONS. Also, please go out and check out the website, www.sleazybuttons.com.
Facts.
This weekend, I may or may not be at your girlfriend's house. You'll have to call her to find
Did we
out.
read all of them? Did we read all
There
of
you
them?
go. And if y'all ain't doing nothing tonight, stop over at the Mock B. It's no charge.
We did this
STG. Grizz Gotti. Shout out to Grizz Gotti, man. Get that trick or treat.
Oh, definitely.
Again, shout out Cody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shout out Cody,
On the-
CTD
on the-
Production.
Yeah, Definite. I want to make sure I throw it out there.
Yeah, man. You done?
It was something else I wanted to say.
And
But...
my bad questions. Spell it out
Oh
there so
yeah,
we get our-
exactly.
let 'em know.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
wanted to say.
We need more in my bag questions, so make sure you hit us up.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to make a
That's
Facebook page.
literally
and all
what I
that
wanted to
stuff.
say.
Your phone real fast.
But until then, you can send your ideas for In My Bag Questions, the Sixth Sense Media, SIXXSENSEMEDIA at gmail.com. I'm your guy, Six. Make sure you catch me at Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on 91.7 WVXU. You know what I'm talking about? Or you can stream us live, radioartifact.com. You can catch me out here at somebody's open mic this week, or with a handful of type shit shirts. You can also get type shit shirts at the Northside BP now. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, out here trying to get it in, bruh. If you need production, if you need me to sing you something, you need me to sing your girl something, I suggest that you never be in the room while I'm singing with your girl.
This
The
nigga.
universe has something for us.
I do have one thing to say.
Hold on. You can catch me on Instagram at Blaze6513, BLAZESIX513. What you got, Ronika?
For all of my astrology people out there, Saturn has officially gone into retrograde. Yesterday, Saturn went into retrograde. So this deals with communication, and Saturn in retrograde means that all of your old shit gets brought up to the surface. So if you're feeling a little sad or blue, deal with it. If not, that's what creates karmic loops.
Hey,
There you go.
you know what, man? That probably more for you than anybody in here. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think
Considering
that's
what you came in
directly
with.
you.
Right.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in again, man. We're going to name this show eventually, but until then, we're going to see y'all next time. I'm talking about,
The show might be called
yeah.
eventually. Like,
Yeah. Goodbye.